Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass.
And Shakur meeting him with a straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Do shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Do boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Do. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
Good, what's good? Salute, family. How y'all feeling on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, man? We back. We gonna build on this boxing for a little bit and give it its just due, how we always do, man. Y'all already know, man. Hit the like button if you want to. If not, it's still cool. Double tap the screen, sub to the channel. We almost at 11K, y'all. Let's hit 11K before the stream out. Maybe we could do it before the stream, man. Let's see. Less than 30 away, man. Make sure you sub into the channel. But we're gonna talk about it. Gonna talk about that the nice card that we had yesterday, man. It's on a good Saturday, man. You know, Fabio Wardley and Joseph Parker, man. They went out there. I think the fight delivered. You know, and I think it lived up to the expectations. If you had any expectations good for the fight, you definitely, for the most part, walked away from the fight pleased with what you've seen from both guys in terms of like effort and really going out there making it a fight. You know, Joseph Parker was the vet coming into this fight, and Fabio Wardley, the young hungry lion, the KO artist. You want to call him that, right? The KO guy, man. We knew what his possibilities was of winning the fight, but for me, I thought Joseph Parker's experience, man. I thought his experience was going to get him the nod, but he did really well, man. I just think he sat still a little too long in the fight, and he took some big shots in some of them the later rounds, the later portion of the fight, but ultimately, I did think the refs, it was a little premature for my liking. But, you know, this is boxing. This is why we're here. We're here to talk about it. Everybody don't see it the same way. Some people like, man, the stoppage is right on point. For me, No, I just thought it was a bit too early, given the you know the situation, right, and the back and forth action that these guys were giving us. And I don't care what Fabio Wardley say, man. He definitely got buzzed and shaken up a couple times in that fight, as well as Joseph Parker, but he just didn't get that benefit of doubt that Wardley was given. Right, he was allowed the opportunity to continue fighting. Shit, it was one sequence where Parker landed some shots and Wardley looked like frozen. Like he looked like he almost ain't know where Parker was at for a quick second. So it was a lot of like going back and forth, man. I just thought it was a little too early. But the thing is, me saying I felt like thought it was a little too early doesn't make me right. It doesn't make me wrong. You saying it was right on point doesn't make you wrong, doesn't make you right. It's just a conversation. At the end of the day, the result was what it was, but it's okay. It's perfectly okay to see things differently. The problem is when people start to argue their opinions at you, right? Some people like, man, this shit is right on point, because I could also sit here and make a case for why it was on point. And I'm going to do that because I speak on both sides. But before we go any further, man, say man. If you rocking with me, hit the like button. If not, just be a hate watcher. But if you liking the content, if you rocking with me, it's 18 people in here. We just started, man. Hit that like button. Let's build sub to the channel. We on our way to 11K, and we possibly can hit it this stream. So if y'all like being part of being goal oriented over here, man, do your boys solid. Let's get the likes up. Let's support the channel. Let's build, man. Let's get your boy to 11K today. You see how that rhyme? I should have been a rapper, y'all. Should have been a rapper, y'all. But let me say what's up to my famo before we get any further. CJ is in the building. First one in the building. What's good, my guy? Appreciate you, man. You know it, man. Double tap that screen, man. Come on, y'all. Let's get the likes up. If y'all want to come up and talk, the link is in my community section. Feel free. That BS stoppage just before Parker was actually hitting Wardley about 5 punches. Rev did shit. Wardley throws flurries, misses majority, gets about 2 in stoppage. That's a fact, bro. He did. Shout out to CJ. It was a great fight, though. Great fight by both guys. Dante's boxing talk. My dog was good, bro. Fabio G's is in the building. JP is in the building. My dog, Be More Boxing, is in the building. I just hope you ain't on no BS in the building. Urban Mac, what's good with it? The Butcher, what's good, family? Did I miss anybody? So you thought it was a good stoppage? Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you saying you thought it was a good stoppage, I ain't gonna argue with you, right? Because there's a case where, like, what you saying, he spit the mouthpiece out. Yeah, man. Round 10 was pretty tough, was grueling for him, right? He took some punishment in round 10 for sure. So I get it with people saying that the stoppage is right on point. But what I'm trying to build over here is a community of adult people that know how to have a difference of opinion, see things differently, and just keep building, right? There's no need to be toxic about it. I like the difference of opinion. I like people that like, man, it was right on point. I feel like it was right on point. You get me? I ain't tripping. But those two guys definitely went in there and gave it everything. Joseph Parker did really well early, man. It seemed like Fabio Wardley had to make the first adjustments. He was able to do so. I think his power made things really, really interesting from a boxing standpoint. I thought Joseph Parker had him. I think if he didn't get stopped, I definitely think we having a different conversation today as well. You get what I'm saying? But it's one of those fights where it was really good. It was a really good fight, and it's hard to be pissed off. But I've seen worse, man. I've seen worse. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people take a lot more punishment than what I felt like Joseph Parker was taking, and get the opportunity to fight through it. With him being a vet and them just being heavyweights, and it is late in the fight. It's a lot, man. It was late in the fight, but you just never know what the referee felt like he was saying. So I can't, I'm not here to fault him, but it's just some little controversy at the end, bro. That's all, just a little controversy, enough to make me want to see a rematch for real. Because I would have loved to see how it would have went had he not got stopped right there when he did. I mean, but look, credit to Fabio Wardley. He's a dog, young lion. He kept fighting through, man. He was fighting his ass off. Light skin, bitten ass is in the building, man. Like I said, yo, if you rocking with me, hit that like button. If not, just be a hate watcher. But sub to the channel. Let's hit 11K. My bad. Let's hit 11K today. Let's hit some channel goals, y'all. We goal oriented. We be pulling up on a Sunday like F football. What football? You get me? He look gas. Look out of shape. I don't know. I don't know. I had to see what his weight was, right? Because that matters too. But I just knowing Joseph Parker, man, he too he know better. You get what I'm saying, JP? He know better than to show up unprepared or not in shape. But I don't know if he had any issues or whatever. But it was a really good fight, man. Really good fight. Really good fight. These dudes put everything. They put it all on the line. And just so I'm being fair to the situation in boxing and Wardley did have a nice stretch where he was like letting them punches go. Now they all didn't land for sure, as we just seen in the clip, right? But I think to Wardley, in Wardley's favor, I think he poured it on right at the right time. He landed a couple big shots that really looked like it had Joseph Parker having to figure it out. Like he was really stunned on his feet, but he did what you're taught to do when you got a guy hurt, right? Just keep throwing punches. And, you know, Joseph Parker is late in the fight, his fatigue, as well as him being hurt a bit. He wasn't landing clean, but he did what you're taught to do as a fighter when you got somebody in that situation, right? Throw combinations, flurries, like just throw punches, force the ref to stop it. And to a degree, that's what he did. So credit to him for having the wherewithal to, you know, even though he wasn't landing the punches flush and clean, he still was pouring it on. He was letting them things go. You get me? He was letting them things go, and like he got the desired outcome, which was a stoppage. But just thought it was a little premature. You know what I'm saying? I just thought it was a little premature. Yeah, Feather G's, I'm with you. Yeah, Butcher, I just thought it a little early, and it's okay to see something different. Some people like, yeah, I thought it was right on time. Because look, to y'all credit, that clip wasn't the best, you know, for Joseph Parker. How many punches did he throw in that clip? Maybe 2 or 3. Right? He didn't throw a lot. And that was like a 30, almost a 40-second clip with Wardley just letting his hands go. So I think it was the fact that they're heavyweights. It was late in the fight. You know what I mean? It could have been something. Maybe that's what the ref seen. Like, but I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. The timing of it was nasty. Like there were shots that Parker got hit with. Had he jumped in right then and there, it wouldn't have looked this bad. But the fact that it was fresh off a flurry where he wasn't really landing as clean, it's like, I don't know, man. It sucked. So I don't want to draw up no conspiracy stuff or nothing like that. It just was a judgment call. You know, the ref, I guess he did what he felt was necessary, but it just was a bit early. Just a bit early, y'all. Nothing that I'm complaining about or heartbroken and like, oh my God. It wasn't that. Initially watching, I was yelling at the screen like, what? Like, come on, man. You're supposed to let that go. At least let him get knocked down. Like, damn, bro. Like, bro ain't even had to hit the canvas and you was on it. Shout out to Daniel. Y'all make sure, look, sub to the channel. Let's hit 11K. Y'all, I'm saying it all stream. Hit the like button, yo. It is free. If you really rocking with me, super chat, cash app. Let's keep growing this channel. Let's keep building. We on the job. We getting this Sunday build in. Don't duck me, son. Don't duck that like button, son. Turkey don't like Parker. I don't know. I wouldn't say that though. I mean, because I don't have no reason to suspect why he wouldn't like him, right? Parker is a dog, right? He's been on the cards. He's been successful. He's been winning, right? He's an entertaining guy. He no Tom and Jerry, right? He gotta, you know, he's a good boxer, good boxing heavyweight. I like it. I like what I see from Parker, bro. So look, maybe you see some things that you say he don't like him, but I haven't seen him say he didn't like Joseph Parker. I mean, I didn't see that, but you said it, you seen it. But for me, it's not Turkey, right? Turkey didn't have nothing to do with the judge doing that to me, right? And I can't put that on him, right? Because I seen a lot of bad calls, so I don't want to like reduce this to being about Turkey, right? I just think Joseph Parker didn't do himself any good by languishing on the ropes like that and had that long like spurt where he really wasn't throwing punches. Kind of survival mode, right? You gave the ref, and you seen him looking like he was ready to jump in before that. So knowing Joseph Parker, only thing I will criticize being as experienced as he was, y'all. Where was the damn clinch? Where was the clinch, y'all? Why didn't grab him and hold him? Man, where was the clinch? Shout out to Urban Mac. Pardon me. My shout out to my dog, man. Where was the clinch, y'all? Bro, he was supposed to grab him and hold him and do something. You weren't supposed to just like, you seriously, all jokes aside, like you're supposed to fight this dude. I mean, you're supposed to clinch him, tie him up or something. You wasn't doing it. It's only so many punches you can block in Prairie when you hurt and fatigued with it. All right, you buzzed. So, and the dude keep coming. That's a strong young kid that you got like launching shots at you, bro. You got to be sharper than that. I mean, or smarter, wiser than that. You got to hold, bro. Ain't no shame in holding. You supposed to clinch, bro. That's part of boxing. And you was genuinely hurt. You know what I'm saying? I appreciated this fight. Wasn't a lot of, you know what I'm saying? He was supposed to hold that dude. Hold him, man. He was wailing on you. He was wailing on you, man. And then that's the only thing I would say. Parker was supposed to grab him. All that experience, bro. He was supposed to know better. Grab that man and hold him. Shout out to my guy, Mike Massey. How you feeling, Brody? Always good to see you in the building. Yeah, man. I thought he should have grabbed him, man. He should have grabbed him and held him. Should have grabbed him and held him. Shout out to Mike, man. How you feeling, bro? Yeah, so that you know, there. So I just want to make sure I'm speaking on both sides. My initial thoughts, I felt like it was a little premature. I think given the current situation, I thought that either guy would have been allowed a little more breathing room than what the ref allowed, right? But I did, like I said, I seen a flurry of punches and it was consistently coming without Parker really returning no real fire. You know what I'm saying? Big Galen Smith. Shout out to Big G, man. Big Jalen Smith, pardon me. He said big up from Kansas, man. Shout out to Kansas, man. Shout out to Kansas. Make sure you like and subscribe, man. Share it live. Big G. Shout out to you, my guy. I appreciate you. But yeah, so look, I just want to be fair. Like I said, you know, my initial reaction, like, damn, and it's because you want to see Joseph Parker get that opportunity, right? Like, look. What he wasn't turning down no smoke. He had a hell of a heavyweight run. He had a hell of a run, Missouri. Pardon me, Missouri. Shout out to Missouri, man. Shout out to Missouri. But yeah, man. You wanted to see that fight, like with no controversy, with no questions, like just let him fight it out. Cause look, who's to say that Wardley wouldn't have got him in the 11th round or got him shortly after that, right? And look, I will say this to be fair to the ref, to be real. Better one punch too early, y'all, than one punch too late. You get me? And that's something that I want to consider too. You know, initially when you see it in real time, you ain't thinking all that. But after having the time to think about it, think about the deaths that we've been having in the sport and stuff like that. I think that stuff plays in the minds of the referees as well. And then when you see a guy reeling a bit, he ain't returning fire like he was, you like, hey man, I gotta go ahead and pull the plug and save him from himself. So look. Better one punch too early than one punch too late. I could always respect that. It's easy. These type of fights, it's easy to draw a bunch of narratives and conspiracy stuff. I won't do it. I will say both of those heavyweights went out there and they gave us a really, really good fight. Those are the kind of fights that win me over as a fan. Those are the kind of fights that if I wasn't a fan of you beforehand, I am now. So I already was hip to Fabio Wardley. I initially had him winning. Late. I swear I did. But then I started thinking too much. And then I started thinking about Joseph Parker and the experience. And I was like, yo, he gonna box and move. But to my surprise, he sat still. And pardon me, my voice for some reason just be going in and out. So yeah, pardon me. But I thought he would be boxing and moving more because I know that's not what Wardley wants to do. Wardley is looking for a fight. I knew Joseph Parker had the experience and the wherewithal and the talent, the skill to be able to just box this man and box him. But he sat still a little bit. He was a lot more stationary than I anticipated him being. Now, I ain't saying he's some fleet-footed guy, but I seen him move better. I seen him in fights moving more consistently. Now, maybe it was early in his career, maybe because he was younger. I don't know, but man, he sat a lot. He sat in front of you. Can't stand in front of no puncher, bro. You can't languish on the ropes in front of no puncher. He gonna punch your ass out the ring if he can. You get me? Yeah, you can't let nobody tee off. Daniel, you let him tee off. You get me? Reef, my dog, was good with it, bro. It was good. It's a great heavy. It was a really good heavyweight fight, man. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? It was fun to watch. But like I said, it was ebbs and flows. You know, you seen spots where Joseph Parker experience was getting him through the rounds, and you know he was boxing a really, really good fight. The biggest problem, like I said, was being stationary and allowing, you know, Fabio Wardley to tee off and then not having the wherewithal to either smother his work or tie him up. You was letting him work too much with your back to the ropes, and that's not ideal for nobody. That's not a good situation for nobody. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he's a puncher, so you want to make the puncher work. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be right in his wheelhouse. You don't want to crowd him and smother him, or not even, crowd him and smother him. You don't want to be just right in front of him. If you're going to be in front of him, you need to crowd him and smother him, and tie him up, try to neutralize the offense, slow it down. But that's the biggest takeaway, I think, for me. The biggest knock on Parker is unwillingness to clinch or tie this guy up, man. Like, you know what I mean? To slow down what was coming back at him. And maybe he was hurt, or maybe he thought he could ride the shots and weather the storm. I don't know. But I think it would have served him better. Now, looking at it, I think it would have served him a lot better had he tied up Fabio Wardley instead of just letting him go tee off. You get what I'm saying? Because that, at the end of the day, that's what the referee is saying, bro. And then you just had a 10th round where it was grueling to you. That 10th round was grueling. You know what I mean? For Parker, I believe it was the 10th round. So you got to think that, and then you going into the 11th and you're allowing this guy way too much success. So the ref, I don't think he was, I get it. Y'all saying he's paid off. I won't go that far. I could understand why people saying it because the timing of it. I seen punches actually landed where I'm like, dang, he could jump in right now, but he didn't. So I think at the end of the day, I think it's just a judgment call, right? It's a judgment call, and it just goes to show you why at the end of the day, like my guy Irvin saying, yeah, you can't leave it to the ref. If you can help it, don't leave it to the ref. Creole the Traveler, my homie, what's good with it? Shout out to Real with my dog, man. But but I will say this: credit to Parker. He's not known as a knockout artist or a knockout puncher, right? This big puncher at heavyweight, but he had Wardley reeling a little bit in there, y'all. He had Wardley a little hurt. Wardley was feeling that. Wardley was feeling it, y'all. He was feeling it. He was feeling it. He was feeling the the pressure and the pace, right? He was being pushed. He had to dig deep. I don't care what he said. He had to dig deep to get that win, man. And I just wish that they both would have been allowed the time to recover or either get knocked out, right? I hated to see it get ended like that because it was like this dude was still up on his feet, coherent, eyes were clear. But like I said, better one punch too early than one punch too late. To Wardley's credit, he did land a big shot and he didn't really let his man off the hook. And like I said, y'all, he did what most fighters in that position is taught to do. Let your hands go. And he flurry. He landed a big shot. Boom. And then flurry. Yeah, he could have, for average G's, he could have took a knee. He could have tied him up, tried to clinch. Any of that stuff. I just don't know why he didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he didn't. I didn't know why. I didn't get it, man. Yeah, I'd love to see a rematch. Shout out to Uncle Rick. What's good with it, Rick? How you feeling, man? Yeah, and Body Shots was money in the bank, though. Absolutely. He made them early deposits, Rick. He put them early deposits in. Shout out to my homie Blunt Sports. I'm talking about someone says, of course, snuck in Scoville room and twist his wrist. It's all good, Blunt. Shout out to my homie. Yeah, man. They create every days. I mean, they create ways every day to be mad at Shakur. They create shit. Like, it's the wildest stuff you can ever see, bro. We're gonna get to some of that though. But I just wanted to make sure I get boxing its proper just due and speak about this main event. And the reason why I went straight to the main event, because it's you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it was one of them, man. It was one of them. I just got thrown off guard. I hear them. Let me know if y'all hear any music in the background. I hope y'all don't. Shout out to Uncle Rick, man, in that Cash App. Always supporting, man. Keep grinding, man. Much love to my guy, Rick, man. That's a real one. Much love. Shout out to my dog, Uncle Rick, man. Appreciate you, man. Always supporting, man. Y'all double tap that screen. We're going to keep getting, but we're going to get to that Blunt, man. The link is in my community section because we're going to build on that. I don't know if people going to want to chop it up on that, but we're going to get to that. But, yeah, so look. This was a really good heavyweight fight. I heard Fabio Wardley say, ooh, sick. I'm like, listen, get it to him, right? He stood tall. He beat Joseph Parker. He beat one of the vets, one of the top heavyweights in boxing. I don't care what nobody say. One of the more experienced guys in the sport. He beat him fair and square. I mean, I know the stoppage, like I said, looked a little early, but he worked for that. 11th round TKO. And big shout out to Joseph Parker because he took his loss like a real one. He ain't complaining. He ain't crying. He said, yeah, he think he could have continued on a bit, but he not the referee. The referee was the one responsible for stopping the fight or letting it continue. And he was like, but what could you do? Cry about it? I ain't about to cry. Shit, I like to do a rematch. And I like him for that. He definitely got a fan for sure. Permanently. Like he definitely got a fan in me. You know what I'm saying? He definitely did make the fight. He definitely diffy. Right? You get me? You know what I'm saying? He diffy. So I like it. I like what I seen from both guys, man. They went out there and really gave us the kind of fight that we expected. Back and forth action. Wardley still, to me, is not the better boxer. He just, like Rick said, them body shots early. They paid dividends late. I think that, oh man, thank you for mentioning that, because to his credit, that's why I believe Joseph Parker was as stationary as he was. Because notice it later down the stretch, you obviously moving less and less, and I think it was because of the body shots. Like even the clip that I played when he hit him, he just was going right back to the ropes, just like sitting there. So he had to be feeling the pace of the fight, and it could have led to him getting stopped, because Wardley landed that shot, and he seen blood, and he went for it, and there you go. The rest was history, but that was a really good, entertaining heavyweight fight. Wardley just continues to be impressive. He's still undefeated. Keep getting these knockouts, bro. This dude, what is he, 20-0 now? What is it, about 18 knockouts or something like this? It's like this dude be, or 19-0. What is he, 20? What is it? Man, this dude, he can crack, though. He tough, man. He's tough and he's game. He going to be around. He's going to be around because he tough and he game. 20-0-1. The one draw, he avenged that. That was with Frazier Clark. He avenged that by a first round KO, broke his jaw. You know what I mean? So he 20-0-1 with 19 KOs. He got a 95% KO ratio, y'all. He ain't playing no damn games. He got a 95% KO ratio. That means he trying to sleep everything. Shout out to my homie, Big Drop Dre, my brother, for the cash app. Appreciate you, Dre. I got the clip queued up for you, my guy.
What? This not funny. How am I supposed to get home? Hold on. Hold on. Here. $2. Take the train.
Take that train. Shout out. Much love, man. Always supporting as well, man. One of the day one. Shout out to my dog, Big Drop Dre, man. They're brethren. I rocks with Parker. He ran to all the smoke. Yeah, he did. Better not rematch Parker. Go fight Usyk. Hey, man, if you thinking from a business standpoint, the butcher, hell yeah. I think it makes sense to go after Usyk. If you got that opportunity, hell yes. Take it. Take it, because opportunities don't come around all the time, right? You got to take advantage of the moment. You know what I mean? You got to take advantage of your situation and what make the most sense for you. And I ain't gonna lie, fighting Usyk obviously makes the most sense. It's a different challenge. You already beat Parker. Some would say it ain't really no controversy because you got the stoppage. So I just wanted to make sure I gave them boys they just do, because they went out there and put on a hell of a fight, and it was fun to watch, man. Those are the type of heavyweight fights that I can truly sit back and enjoy, man. And look, we got a real player at heavyweight, man. Fabio Wardley, bro. Let's see how far he can go. Let's see if he could be the guy to be a threat to Usyk. Now, look, it's like my bro Rick said, Usyk is diffy, all right? That's the cream de la creme. Huh? What they say? That's the cream de la creme. That's what he is. That's what Usyk is. And one thing I know for sure about Alexander Usyk, he definitely not going to give you the kind of fight you want. He going to be out, in and out movement, man. His feints is some of the best feints, and his feint game is underrated. Usyk, man, he really nice, and he got underrated sneaky power. You know what I mean? He brought some power up. He brought some pop up to heavyweight with him from cruiser, man. So that's the creme de la creme. Go after him. If you listen, I'm all about seeing fighters chase greatness and be great. You don't have to rematch Parker. It'll be dope to see it again, but I wouldn't mind seeing you and Usyk for the first time if you can secure that fight. That's what that was for, right? That's why he went to calling out Usyk. I ain't mad at it, but you better pack a lunch, bro, and you better do your homework, because Usyk is different. Usyk start boxing you, he gonna keep boxing you. He ain't gonna switch it up, and you're gonna have to figure him out. He got that movement of Usyk. He in and out. He's just harder to get a read on. I think he's more versatile, obviously, than a guy like guy like Parker, he moves a lot more fluid, moves better. You know what I'm saying? And you take that movement up. He's not a natural heavyweight, so he kind of still got that movement of a cruiser, right? To a degree, he can move in there. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be a really good fight. Obviously, I favor Usyk. You gonna have to show me that dude really special. He's a really good fighter. I'm starting to feel like you just gonna have to knock him out or hurt him real early and beat him down or something. But other than that, if you allow Usyk to settle in his rhythm, get the boxing on you, bro, he more than likely he's gonna be the better chess player than you, and he's gonna pick you apart. Mm-hmm. Need more fights like this? We gonna get them. Don't worry, y'all. We gonna get them fights. We gonna get them fights. Usyk moves. Gonna be able to load up on that right hand. Yeah. He gonna have to work on cutting the ring off and punching a moving target. You know what I mean? A guy, because Usyk is not gonna consistently give you the looks you want. He definitely not gonna stand directly in front of you, and he's not gonna be languishing on the ropes. He's just a much different fighter than that. He's not gonna limit his success or put himself in bad situations by doing things that don't make the best sense to do, right? Sitting still, standing right there. Yeah, I am Betty Phil. You know what I'm saying? Come on, could you not like that guy? Big belly, big belly. You know what I'm saying? How could you not like Usyk, right? So let's see it, bro. Like Rick said, hashtag make the fight. If y'all can make it, make it. I'm here for it. I want to see it. I like what Fabio Wardley has been doing. You know what I mean? He got all knockouts, but he showed his mettle. He showed what he was worth. He showed that he can compete because he just didn't get did dirty, right? He didn't just get the floor mop with him by he didn't get the floor mop by Parker as far as boxing. He was able to hang with him in terms of the boxing ability, right? I just think he had the bigger shots and that body work really early that slowed Parker down. And he kept him stationary enough to land other big shots that I think ultimately ended the fight. So much credit to Fabio Wardley. He definitely getting his just due. Double salute for Fabio and double salute for Joseph Parker. I don't got nothing bad to say about neither one. Nobody got exposed. Just none of that. The more experienced guy was holding it down, but the younger, bigger puncher, that hungry lion, man, he just caught up to him late, and like I said, you could debate a bit about the stoppage if you want. It wasn't the most ideal, right, per se, but I'm not going to trip on it because of the action or the events that kind of led up to that, right? He was taking some heavy fire from Usyk. I mean, not Usyk. He was taking some heavy fire from Fabio Wardley, so it only made sense, I get it in the eyes of the judges. And like I said, you just never know what they see or what they thinking. And it's better to err on the side of caution nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Than be one of those guys that sat there and let somebody get obliterated. And because of you, that person ain't you know what I'm saying? Somebody ain't good now. So you just never know what these guys are thinking. But damn, man, I just wish it could have went a bit differently, right? Could have kind of ended the fight on a different note. You know what I'm saying? On a different note. But they are heavyweights, and I get it. All it takes is one punch. That shit could end you and everything you got going on. Man. Hold on. Y'all give me 2 seconds. Somebody's all right. That's it for that. Okay. All right. Let's get back to this. So yeah, man. Good heavyweight scrap. That was a great main event for me. The rounds were entertaining, back and forth. Parker did his work. Fabio Wardley came fighting back. And like I said, ultimately it became a war of attrition. And I think that kind of fight is going to favor the younger guy. You get what I'm saying? I think that kind of fight is going to favor the younger guy when you know what I mean? When you trying to test the gas tanks, right? And he's 30, so Parker been around the block, but 30-year-old versus what is Parker? 30, gotta be the late 30s at this point. Oh, not even 33. So Parker's not that old, but I think he has some wear and tear and stuff like that. But I don't know. Wardley outlasted him for sure down the stretch. Landed some big shots, put him in some unfavorable positions, And then he unleashed the flurry that ultimately had the ref like, man, that's enough. So it is what it is. Shout out to the homie Jordan, man. How you feeling, bro? So to be honest, didn't expect it to last as long as it did either. Yeah, it was a really good fight, man. And it went 11 rounds. And that's why maybe I feel the craziest about you already know, Jordan. Shout out to you, homie. I'm not gonna be on super long. It's a Sunday, but we gonna build for a little bit because I just wanted to talk to y'all for a second. You know what I mean, where we at? All right. We ain't gonna be talking. I know it's still football Sunday. You know, my Cowboys losing anyway, so I don't care no way. Parker was up on the scorecards by a good margin. Yeah, I thought he would have won had he not got stopped. Had Parker not got stopped, I definitely think he would have got his hand raised. And that's why I give Wardley a lot of credit for pushing the issue and creating that moment. But I also look at the ref like, damn, bro, shit, man, like give him a standing 8 count or something, right? Like I know we was saying take a knee, grab him and hold him, clinch, but damn, what about the ref? Like, what about the standing 8? Like, bro, show me something. Like, you get me? Just wasn't a lot. I'm pretty sure had you to let Parker know that, look, you let him get another flurry off or something, I'm gonna stop it. Y'all get where I'm going? Just like in a fight that with that kind of importance, man, it's a lot to consider. But I get it. At the end of the day, he felt like, Parker wasn't in the best of shape, and he did what he felt like he needed to do. Damn, yeah, that sucked to stand at 8, man. And man, that sucks, man. No stand at 8, yeah, because he needed to take a knee, man. He should have took a knee. Kyle, cool it, blessings, Brody, man. Safe travels on that road, man. He said he just found out too. Yeah, I didn't know that. No stand at 8. I didn't know that, Irvin. And the butcher, I did not know. Appreciate y'all. I did not know that. I didn't know. Man. So, but nonetheless, man, it's just you live and you learn. He just got outlasted a bit, you know what I'm saying, down the stretch of that fight. Wardley had a really good 10th round as well. So maybe that's what the ref scene was thinking. Like, damn, you just get touched up in the last round. But some people felt like Wardley got a couple breaks from the ref. But I ain't here to complain. Overall, it just was a really good fight. Like I said, Wardley called out Usyk. Let's see if Usyk is something that he really going to do. Let's see if he get the shot at him. I know that's the guy to beat, man, but it's going to take even more than what he showed. It's going to take a different game plan because Usyk is a much different fighter. But Wardley got that kind of power that he could change a fight, man. He can end the fight. You're not on point, he can beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? He can beat your ass. And that is real. And that is real. So look, man, that was a good fight. Look, as far as the card go, who else did you have? The Ezra Taylor and the Steve Woodall. That was a good fight. That was a good fight as well on there. Who else we had, man? You had a couple guys, but then the main event was the most one. That's the most significant fight on there, man. Like that was a 50-50 to a degree, right? Could have went either way. And it's about time we got some motion in the heavyweight division. Those are the kind of fights that could bring the heavyweight division back. You just got to be willing to put the guys in there, make the matchups, and get the fans something to watch. You know what I'm saying? Get the people something to look out forward, to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Get the people something to look forward to, G. You feel me? You feel me, y'all? He shot out the big drop. But let's keep rolling, man. We got some, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna be here super long, maybe an hour or two, maybe. Let's see. So look, man. Let's see what's next for the heavyweight division, man. It's only up for Wardley, man. He riding the high right now. He got the biggest win of his career over the most experienced opponent to date, the best opponent to date by record-wise, resume-wise, right? And accomplishments-wise. So those type of wins, those are the type of wins that you need in your career to get to that next level when you're growing. You know what I'm saying? And Wardley, I think he impressed a lot of people. He might have walked away from that fight with some more fans too. Rightfully so, because he fought his ass off. And truth be told, I don't know how y'all seen it. I thought he needed this stoppage. True enough, I thought he needed it. To win that fight, I thought he needed that stoppage. I swear I did. I thought he needed it. Let's see. Let's get to this, man. I was tapped into the boxing voice for a little bit. And I had seen my guy Bo Measley, Bo Mac. I had seen Bo Measley go up there And he kind of checked two-tone, man, for the Crawford. I told y'all, man, these referees, I mean, not these referees, coaches and these fighters and these teams of the fighters be hearing that hating shit, y'all. They be hearing that hating shit and they ain't going for it, man. I told y'all, man. It's hard to speak your mind, but some of y'all be speaking that slanderous kind of talk. Y'all be talking crazy, G. You get me? Y'all be talking bonanzas. So I don't know, but like I said, Bo Measley getting tired of y'all with the games, man. Bo Mac wasn't beat. Sad. He wasn't for it, man. Boy, what it do, man? Yeah, he would have lost if it wasn't for the knockout, boy. He would have lost. In my opinion, I think Wardley would have got outboxed. So the fight kind of did go how I thought, but I did initially think Wardley could get a stoppage late, but I ultimately went with Parker in that experience. And I love the kind of run that he was on, and the fighters on the resume that he's fought. He's been in there with some guys, man. The AJs, he fought AJ, Dillian White, and Joshua. You gave them, AJ, Dillian White, and Wilder. Like that's crazy. Big Bang Zang, like he had a hell of a run, bro. He had a hell of a run. Shout out to the homie Ant McQueen. But let's get to this. Like I said, I'm not gonna be up here super long. Let's hear what Bo Measley had to say. Big shout out to the boxing boys.
On the phone here. We got Two-Tone, who you asking for, Rico from the UK, who you took a picture with, L Star from Atlanta, and obviously myself.
Okay.
What's up, Bo Mac?
Right, let's get to it.
He said, let's get to it. You know he was with it. Bo said,
what's the guy name in the hat?
Yeah, that's Tone. That's Tone. Two-Tone.
You know he on board. What's the guy name in the hat, man? Boy,
so, man, why you always hating on Bud, man?
I've never hated on Bud.
Man, stop, man. I just seen your little
dude in the back rubbing his hands together with the Birdman.
His short with saying he got 19 car accidents.
Boxing. You said what?
The one where he said Bud got Earl off of 19 car accidents.
19 car
exactly.
Accidents.
It's like he always moving the goalposts back, man. Every time you talk about Bud, dog, you always try to move the goalposts back. Won't you let the man be great, brother?
He is great. I said he's
okay. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I want you to pull up any saying that you saying about Bud being great without having a back say so about it or some type of small diss. Can you pull it up? Ness, can you pull it up?
I got
he can't do that. He can't do that because there's not.
Rico, hold on, gang. I got 2 podcasts where I said Bud was top 5 Mount Rushmore, and
Damn, my bad. Shout out to my homie L Dub Boxing. But like I said, the plug is in the building. Like I said, man, Bo Mac be tired of that underhanded stuff, man. That's why I say I'm all about building up the sport of boxing, bro. I have no desire to try to trash nobody. I just like to talk boxing, man. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about what's out there, but we're going to give people their credit where they deserve it, man. You know what I mean?
I came on this show and I said Bud's top 5. Respectfully, I said it.
I got one for you.
I said he top 5.
I ain't heard it. So if you might be right, but I ain't heard it. Every time I hear you talk, you're always killing Bud, dog. You're always killing Bud. You always move the goalpost back. And one thing that you said that I don't like, Bud, get him at the right time, or Bud, get him at the right time. Well, come on, man. Come on, dog. It's boxing. It's boxing. It's about who available. It's about who's being the best. Every time Bud moves up from 135, 140, 147 to 154 to 168, he gets the champion. He don't get no tune-up fights. He don't ask for tune-up fights. Am I right or wrong?
Well, I mean, Madrimov was a champion.
Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Madrimov, was he a champion or not?
He was a champion. Yes, he was.
Okay, all right, then. So that take care of that. What about 47? When he moved up to 47, what did he do? What did he do? Who did he beat?
He beat Jeff Horn.
Okay, all right. So he had to defend. He had to defend. Why he had to defend with the guys that he had to defend with? Because
like he said, best available. You heard him, Kyle. Nick, dudes, the problem is these conversations like this go this way because people sit up on platforms and accuse fighters of being ducks just for the, for the sake of just talking shit with no real information behind it. And that's why Bo is addressing this shit. How you doing?
So what?
I rock with him.
I'm saying, Bomac.
No, just answer my question. Answer my question. When he defended his 47 title, he had to defend with those guys because of what?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Because they
wouldn't fight him. He wants you to say because they wouldn't fight him.
On the side of the street.
Because they wasn't on the
trying to get around the question. Anybody else on the panel? Can y'all answer that question?
I can't. It's because it's because they were on the other side of the street, Bomac. That's what.
Okay.
Alleged other side. Alleged other side.
And the whole time, Bud was asking for all those guys. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah,
right.
Bud did ask for all those guys. But I mean, you said he fight who available? Jerome Boots Ennis available?
How many times Bud done told y'all Boots and turned the fight down? Why you want to go back? Why is Bud got to go back and go fight those guys? Why Bud got to go back? When they offered him the fight, he said no. I think it was twice. Why he got to go? Okay, you missed your shot. You missed your opportunity. You missed the money. That goes along for anybody else that's in the game. They just said that about Muay Thai. Now he got to fight Cruz because what? He missed opportunity to defend his title or against somebody or his volunteer. Now he got to go fight his mandatory. He could have had the bag on November the 22nd. He could have had the bag. But what he do? He waited it out. Now look at him. Now he got to do fight. Mm-hmm. He got to fight because Eddie Hearns won the purse bid, so he got to fight him. But he had an opportunity. Come on, dog.
Hey, Come on. Right now, Bomac, Bud Crawford is the face of boxing. I want Bud Crawford to complete the Mayweather trifecta and give a hungry young lion an opportunity.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What else Bud got to prove in this game? What else do we got to prove in this game?
A hungry young lion?
He didn't have them. He didn't gave all those guys.
Who?
He gave those guys the opportunity, but those guys passed it up. So I'm gonna go back and say, okay, all right, then. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you another opportunity after they didn't email you my belt. Come on, dog.
No. This is 2025 October. Jerome Boots Ennis just destroyed Lima Bean. Bud Crawford's the face of boxing, and Bud right now is only
listen. But hey, Boots had his chance. Boot had his chance to make some good money. No, I don't know what he making. I ain't gonna say he making pennies and shit, but he had his opportunity to fight, but he passed it up, brother. That's just like if Bud wanted to fight Canelo. Canelo called out Bud, and Bud passed on it, and then try to come back and fight Canelo. Canelo say no. He had his chance.
Well,
you're not seeing it like that because you so anti against Bud. Now you want to try to put the goalposts back and say, let Boots get his chance. Boots had a chance. Virgil Ortiz had his chance. Now you want to push it back. Well, give him another chance. Give him another chance. Man, the hell with him.
Coach, didn't Earl spin the block again? Didn't Earl spin the block again? With Bud.
With who? Who he spin the block with? With Bud walked up to him and challenged him. What are you talking about? Bud walked up to him and challenged him and said, I want you. What are you talking about, brother?
But Bomac, he talking about when Bud specifically walked away and went to fight Avanesian. It was Earl that spun that block back.
Listen, the negotiations fell apart, partner. Only reason why the negotiations got back together is because Bud initiated the fight. He initiated the fight. Did Earl initiate the fight? I'm gonna tell y'all something that y'all don't know. Bud had to school Errol about the fight, about what he need to do in order for it to get the fight, because he didn't know. See, y'all don't know that. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all don't know Bud held Errol's hand.
Remember, it was parts where Bud did that interview and everybody would say he was reading off the paper and it looked like it was like a written speech, all this weird stuff. He was saying in certain parts of the business that he was able to speak on with Earl and make him aware of stuff, and Errol was able to see it his way and understood where he was coming from. I specifically remember that. He said he pointed out some shit about the business that he just wasn't aware of. So it's some truth to what Bo was saying.
Do the negotiations, said, listen here, do this and do that. Y'all don't know that. All y'all see is this, Bud this, Bud that, Errol this, Errol that. Y'all don't see that. That's all y'all, man. Man, please stop hating on Bud. Stop hating on him. The man that proved this point over and over and over and over again. You always going to be that one type of person that's going to say, man, well, Bud didn't need to do this. Well, Bud didn't need to do that. You that type of person, partner. I promise you that.
Nah, coach. No. Heavy is the head.
Stop, man. Stop.
Heavy is the head
Stop,
that wears
brother.
the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Hold on. Canelo fought Triple G 3 times. Canelo fought Laura. We still want him to run the squabble with David Benavidez. What are you talking about?
Hey, listen, that's him. That's him. That's Canelo. Canelo can do what the fuck he want to do, partner. He didn't prove himself in the game.
Bo wasn't
He proved
deep,
that the motherfucker got million. He probably a billionaire by now. He can do what he want to do in the game. Bud got to a point to where he can do what he want to do. He can do what he want to do. He can fight who he want to fight. He can go fight fucking. He can go fight your ass next week and still get paid.
Y'all turn into the very thing that y'all hate. Y'all turn into the very thing that y'all hate. When Bud Crawford was on the lower scale, y'all was saying, oh, they doing Bud wrong. Now that y'all at the top, y'all doing the same shit that y'all hate. When did Bud become bigger than the program?
No, they not.
Canelo ain't bigger than the program.
Listen, Bud fought his way up to the top. Didn't nobody give Bud shit. Didn't nobody give Bud shit. He had to fight and earn his way to the top. He had to earn his way to where he at right now. Nobody gave him that. Nobody gave him that. You tell anybody else that wants to fight Bud, you get in fucking line. You earn your fucking shot, whatever the case gotta be.
But Canelo gave him a shot, champ.
Listen, you always trying to move the goalposts on Bud. I'm about to end this conversation, though, but partner, I want to tell you, you're wrong, man. You're wrong. You're wrong. Every time Bud come out your mouth, it's always negative. You will say good things, but then you'll follow up with something negative that you want to see because you the hater. You the fucking hater, dog. I promise you that. And I can't believe that the way that you think about another brother, you sad, brother. You sad. If I ever see you, dog, I'm gonna tell you in your face, you're sad. You're sad. You're sad, dog. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I hope somebody listens to this podcast. I hope somebody listens to this interview to know and put it out there. You're sad, brother. You're sad. You ain't no boxing fan. You're a straight hater. You're a straight hater.
Y'all don't want to fight Boots. I'm sad because y'all ducking Boots. How am I sad because y'all ducking Boots?
Oh, man.
God damn
That's
it.
how you answering your own question. Respected Two-Tone. I don't diss nobody, but y'all out here talking about Terrence Crawford is ducking Boots. I hate the conversation. It's so stupid. Do y'all know that he accepted the IBF intern that took him right out of the sanctioning body over there in the WBO? If he was truly chasing fucking Crawford, y'all be forcing it. He was positioning himself for Earl. Now, to their credit, they said on record, man, if one of them was to fight him, they felt like it would be Earl. They was also on record for saying they thought Earl would win the fight. So, of course, you're going to probably go in the direction where you think the guy is more willing to fight you. But the fact of the matter is, when it was ranked, they didn't. The minute they accepted that belt, it was all law. It wasn't no more. Oh, you after Crawford. Now you telling. The thing is, who the fuck do these fans be thinking they are? That you tell somebody what they got to do next with their career. What are you talking about? Boots at 154 pounds. This conversation is fucking stupid unless Boots is willing to go to 160. They forcing it. I would love to see them scrap. but they forcing it. Boots, what did Boots do after his fight? He called out 154 pounders, not Bud. Now you got Eddie Hearn talking about what they're going to do with the fellow at 160 if he's still there. But that's if. That's an if. That's a long shot. That's not happening, man. But Bud is ducking. He just beat Canelo up in front of the world on Netflix. And you got the audacity to sit on a podcast with a straight face and say he fucking ducking somebody because he's elected not to fight him? You don't even, who the hell gonna pay for the fight, bro? I'm sick of it. Boots is a 154-pounder. Do not try to run him out the division before you get to beat up your favorite fighter there, because y'all was talking cash shit. Nah, Boots, stay put, beat ass, stand on business, keep being M1 mixtape Boots. But all that Bud Crawford slander is disgusting. Y'all weird as fuck, man. Y'all weird as fuck. Y'all said the first time I heard Bud Crawford ever duck somebody he was ducking Errol Spence. Then they fight, and the fight is nothing close to what we thought it was going to be. And then you move the goalpost some more. Then you tell them. Then y'all out here and saying anybody that's picking Bud to beat Canelo is stupid. He can't jump all in weight classes. This is a lightweight. Then he beats his ass. And then you telling me that he's not chasing greatness because he's not willing to fight Jaron Ennis, who's not even in his fucking weight class. Shut up. That's everyone. I'm talking to all of y'all. Y'all weird, man. Y'all can't force a fight to happen when a guy is nowhere in the weight class. You hear Boots talking about going to 160 right now? No. But the fans will force it. You can't force him to go somewhere where he's not at. He just got to 54. We are running squabble with Boots. Running squabble with Boots. Man, that's not what they want right now, bro. That's not even what they chasing, man. They chasing some greatness at 54, man. Let Boots do that. Y'all trying to force a damn fight to be made, man. We ain't trying to hear that. Let me get back to this, man. Double tap that screen, hit the like button.
You had to follow up with
the
Canelo gave him a shot.
Let's get it.
He didn't earn a shot at Canelo. Canelo gave him a shot.
And then look, respecting Ness, because I know what he's saying. He didn't earn a shot at Canelo. Canelo gave him a shot. But my thing is this. Canelo has been said, it's been said a long time that because he put the work in, he could do what he want. It wasn't nobody, I don't think, more deserving of a shot at Canelo. Crawford, I mean, Charlo wasn't more, you get what I'm saying? Charlo wasn't more deserving. You get what I'm saying? Berlanga wasn't deserving. Munguia wasn't deserving. Yeah, they fought a bunch of fights, but who did they fight? Did any of them earn the fights? So Canelo fights is not about who earned them. It's about who he picked. And Crawford was the best guy that he's picked since he's been picking people. You get me? Crawford is the toughest opponent. I think the best opponent that he picked since picking anybody, Beeble included. So all this earning it stuff, I mean, what more do you got to do? Shit. You chasing greatness, you beating ass. Every time you win, they move the goalposts and say you need to do more. Then when you go do more, be like, well, oh no, well, it's still Boots out there. Well, give a hungry young lion the chance to beat you. No, man. They're not chasing Crawford. Y'all doing that. It's a hoop dream. It's a hoop dream. It's a hoop dream. B-Dog, what's good with it? It's not about for me, I'm not agreeing. This T-Hill, what's good, homie? I'm not agree or disagree guy for the most part. All right. I could just where Ness is coming from, I understand the point he's making, because he's saying Crawford ain't had no fights at 168 pounds, so he didn't work his way up. He didn't earn it. But in terms of being accomplished, unbeaten, chasing greatness, being the guy that ain't duck no smoke, he was more deserving of it than Jaime Munguia, Charlo, John Ryder. All these are now. I get it. These guys are bigger guys, but come on, man, who them guys beat to get it? So that I get where Ness is going, but that's not how Canelo been moving. He hasn't been fighting the guys that earned it. Because other than that, he would have already fought Benavidez. So that shit goes out the window because we know Canelo moves to the beat of his own drum. So if it was anybody that recently got picked, as far as these guys that were just getting handpicked, Crawford was the most deserving, in my opinion. I'm not saying that's fact. In my opinion, for those reasons, I feel like Crawford would be the most equipped to get picked. You get me? He the one that wasn't going to lay down. He wasn't going to be enamored. Oh, I'm fighting Canelo and not try. He stood on business. You get me? So I understand where Ness is coming from. Like, bro, you ain't had not one single fight at the weight class. How the hell you get a fight? But we are talking about a dude that started at 35, He was a champion there, 40, undisputed, 47, all knockouts, undisputed, 54 title. You get me? It's like he chased a lot of greatness. So that's a really great fighter that you're given the opportunity to. You know what I'm saying? That ended up being really good. I'm glad he did because he beat him. I mean, Canelo thought Bud was going to be another chat. Talk to him, B-Dog. You know it. Chatty Peak going wrong, B-Dog. You get me? Shout out to Zoomverse. The whole he wasn't deserving to fight. It is. It's kind of weak. It's not like a good argument because if we just going off of who deserves, then we know Benavidez will be in there full-fledged. You get me? We know it was other guys that would have got the opportunity. If it was all about who deserved the opportunity at 54, Andre, both Charlos deserved, right? But they didn't get it. So I like I said before, I understand what he's saying when he says that, but shit, who more equipped to go out there and get a fight and actually have a chance to win it? You get what I'm saying, y'all? Who had a better chance than Crawford to beat Canelo out of all the guys he been handpicking in recent memory? You get what I'm saying? So by those standards, to me, I feel like he deserved it. You know, yeah, Canelo wasn't much for him to gain, right? I guess people saying about beating him, but you made a lot of money, and you, like B-Dog said, you probably thought it was going to be another chair. You thought he was going to be too small, and you was going to be able to kind of just have your way. And Bud Crawford showed you a different breed. Big Dog Willie, shout out to my homie putting that color in the chat. Said Tank Man get triggered by fake fight comments. Yeah, man, but it's just a lot of that. It's crazy. Them super duper fans. Shout out to the real Tank Davis supporters, man, that really just support that man, rock with him through and through. Them super dupers, Big Dog, they be tripping, man.
We ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
COE Films, what it do, fam? Let me play the rest of this and get it off, man.
That's not entirely true, is it? Turkey literally gave them both a bag, and it was just ridiculous to say no. I know
bro.
exactly.
No.
I'm not being funny.
No, hear this out.
Shout out to my baby girl, the Queen Miss Just Do is in the building with your fine self. How you feeling? Appreciate you. I see you done slipped in the back door. Shout out to my baby girl, man. Charlie Hustle Vision said, no way Charlo deserved to fight with Canelo. Not at 168 Charlo. I mean, Charlo. Charlie, when I said that, I was talking about 54. When it was all at 54, both Charlo brothers and or Andre, those guys was deserving of an opportunity to fight him down there. But he fought at 155 pounds to avoid fighting the top competition at 54, which was nasty work. But deserving is a really tough word, man. I feel like it's tough to say what somebody does or does not deserve, right? Terrence Crawford is accomplished as they come. So much history on the side. I don't think it's a matter of if he deserved. It's if he wanted to fight or not. Canelo, would you be willing to give me opportunity to fight you? Yes, let's do it. You get me? So it's tough to say what somebody deserved, but we talking about based on what you did in the sport or in the weight class, then we all know it was Benavidez that was more than deserving of an opportunity at Canelo, but he never gave it to him.
Is Canelo not already scheduled with contract signed and posters for Jake?
For who? For Jake Paul?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that.
Okay. Well, the answer is yes. Jake even came out and gave you details and showed that. So when Turkey offered the money, who is Canelo giving the shot to? When Turkey said, no, here's more money than what you can get with Jake, who is Canelo giving the shot to?
That's irrelevant to the point. The point
no,
is
no. It's not irrelevant. It's not irrelevant. We're not going to act ignorant. Did he give it to Chris and Billy, the interim champion? Did he give it to Hamza Shiraz, the mandatory? Did he give it to anybody in the division? No, he gave someone 2 and 3 divisions below a shot. That's giving someone a shot. That's not earning your shot.
Did he not do the same to Charlo? Did he not do the same to Charlo? And Turkey wasn't even involved.
Who? Yeah, Rico.
Canelo.
That's what we saying. He gave another man in Charlo a shot he didn't deserve.
So what Bo said? Yeah, but what Bomac is saying is that he's pissed at Two-Tone because is because he's going against Bud and discrediting. From what I understand, I'm not saying.
Yeah. All that is right, but the only thing I had an issue with is he said Bud earned everything he got. He got
He did
that
earn
shot.
everything he got, bro. He was undisputed. Bro, come on,
bro.
Certain shit is just not worth arguing about. If you in your mind feel like because he hasn't fought at 168, he didn't deserve to skip the line and fight, you know, the 168-pound undisputed champion, I understand where Ness is coming from. But bro, Rico, I think he said his name is, he's speaking for the side I'm speaking for. You talking about one of the most accomplished fighters in the sport, and you telling me because he ain't fought nobody in my weight class, he don't deserve a fight with me? When I fought so many guys that are lesser than him, that are not as accomplished, not as good, and ain't really did shit. I mean, the guy fought Abney Yildirim before, and he made him the mandatory and fought him. Like, you get me? So I get it, but just when it comes to Canelo, those things don't apply. I can see if it was a matter of like, he's really a guy that's fighting the next runner-up and giving the next deserving guy the opportunity, and then somehow Crawford cut the line. That's not what happened. He just became another one of the people that won the sweepstakes and a guy that got a Canelo fight. The last handful of guys that he'd been fighting, you could arguably make a case that none of them deserved the Canelo fight. So it's not an argument for me. It's just a conversation. And I truly understand that the point Ness is making. Like, you have no 168 history, bro. You was given the opportunity to fight at 68, which is true to a degree. But you talking about a Crawford that up until this point, everything he got, he earned it. And like I said before, when it comes to Canelo, that's not the way he picks his fights, based on who's deserving and if you earned the shot with me. Because if that was the case, we all know he would have been fought Benavidez and he would have lost the belts a long time ago. And we never would have seen Charlo and Canelo or you know, Canelo and Crawford. You wouldn't have seen him if he really was about giving guys the opportunity that actually deserved it, right? We all know Canelo just don't move that way, bro. He don't care what you feel like you deserve. Remember, I do whatever I want. Like he said it, I do what I want. Like,
bro, Rico,
147. Everybody thought that. Everybody,
Rico, but in real boxing, when have you seen a welterweight get a shot at a 68-pounder off nothing? No mandatory.
I'll just give you an example.
What?
With Charlo.
No, Charlo wasn't a welterweight.
Yeah, but you. Okay, all right. What 154?
And again, it still goes to
Charlo wasn't a welterweight, but neither was Crawford. We can't keep doing it. I know he had one fight at 54, but if you want to be honest, he had the one fight, but he came from 54 to 68. He didn't come from welterweight to 68, so we can't say that. We can't do that. And shit just really don't matter. He didn't come from that low. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? Don't really make sense to say that.
And then Roy Jones Jr. went.
It still you're not even thinking. It still goes to Tone point. Canelo.
My bad. I had stopped it right there. I didn't want to, go too long, but I wanted y'all to hear what Bomac had to say, and they end up having a really good dialogue at the end anyway. You get what I'm saying? They end up having good dialogue about the conversation. Look, deserving is a tough word. I've been fighting championship fights since 2014, if you're Terrence Crawford, and I won them all. 20-0, I think, with 15 knockouts in championship fights. Name another one of Canelo's last handful of opponents that could say that. Name somebody from Canelo's opponents that you could say came in from 2008, and from the time that they came in, they still in the game, at the top of the game, undefeated, accolades out the ass. You get what I'm saying? If there's no, you get me? So it's tough, man. Deserving is a tough word. It just comes down to, do you want to fight? Was they on the same level? That's how I look at it. It all depends on how you're looking at it. You could say, just in the sport of boxing, you ain't accomplished enough in this weight class to get this shot at this undisputed guy. But the same thing goes for Charlo. That's what Rico was saying. Well, did Charlo? Then he's saying, well, Charlo wasn't a welterweight. Neither was Bud. Because what are we saying, Bud? Because Bud didn't start his career at welterweight. So I can say Bud was a lightweight and he fought Canelo, right? Come on, man. What we doing? We can't call him a welterweight. I get it. He spent, way more time. He was, he solidified himself at welterweight and had a one-off at 54, but we still can't call him a welterweight. You get what I'm saying? Because he didn't come from 47. You get me? So it's tough, man. The thing is, it's not really wrong and right answers. It's just all how you see it. There's not a lot of times in these boxing conversations, nobody's wrong. if you could explain and articulate where you coming from and it makes logical sense, it shouldn't be a big deal, right? So I could see it on both sides. It's hard to tell Crawford what he don't deserve, and all he did was put in the work. He proved people so wrong, like back to his biggest fights. Those shits come off proving people very wrong about him. So I don't know, it's tough to tell that man he don't deserve some shit. It's tough. It's tough. It really is, man, but it is what it is, man. Shout out to Bomac and the boxing voice. That was a good, healthy conversation. I wish they could have got a little bit more from Bomac, but he seemed to be seemed like I had got to know it. Both seemed like he got to know it. Broly, what it do, homie? It was good. Bud got the win. And they don't like it. They're mad as hell trying to explain. The man is just it, man. He's generational talent, bro. That's all. Generational, baby. But let's keep building, y'all. Let's keep building. Let's keep building. So, now that we done gave boxing is just due, we done gave Fabio Wardley and Joseph Parker and that card is just due. We done gave Bud Crawford is just due a little bit more. I'm going to spend the rest of this time to talk to y'all a little bit. Let me talk to y'all for a second. Look, double tap the screen if you rocking with your boy. Double tap that screen. If you're rocking with me, sub to the channel. Let's hit 11K, man, this stream, man. We ain't going to be on here too much longer, but we're going to cook. So let me talk to y'all for a minute, man. Got to talk to y'all. Got to talk to y'all. And you know what? I'm not even calling out no fan bases, right, per se. I'm not even calling out no fan bases. I'm strictly talking about narrative pushers. I don't care what fan base you represent, right? I got to talk to y'all for a second. It's a lot of fake selective outrage going on. JB, and what it do? Yeah, we're gonna get to that. I might could touch on that before we slide up out of here too, because I got something with him on it. But we gotta talk about it, man. And this is just to the I'm not on attack nobody, no fighters fan base. That's not what I'm on today. But what I will say is, if you are out here, you know, and hold on, let me plug my mic back in for this. Let me make sure I could be heard. Pardon me, y'all. Get the mic on. Get back to that later. So look, if you are a person, you know, a fight fan that, you know, you really say you love boxing, you rock with the sport, you know what I'm saying? Then I feel like the way you speak should reflect that you love the sport, you rock with it, you support these guys, right through and through. You can all naturally have your favorites, your preferences, the people that you want to support harder than you do everybody else, and that's all good. Nobody's wrong for that. But one thing I make sure I do over here is I try to do my best at supporting the entire sport. Everybody that I talk about, I give them their credit. I make sure I don't push any false narratives when it comes to their name. I ain't doing no dragging and clowning, pushing rhetoric and fake ass Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless type dudes, right? I try to stay away from all that, but something that's really disturbing, man, that's really nasty work that I've been seeing floating around. And I just wanted to address it because it need to. Some of y'all super fans, I ain't even saying who y'all fans of, it don't even matter. But if you're pushing narratives that Shakur Stevenson is a coon because this is a Photoshop picture, by the way. This is a Photoshop picture. But if you're calling this man a coon, now y'all attaching Tank Davis' name to his name. He told you, and he told multiple people, I seen him tell him in interviews, don't stop asking me about him. I know I said you can ask me anything, but don't ask me nothing else about him. He clearly said, why am I going to keep talking about him if he say he's not going to fight me? He said this for you weirdos, for you super weirdos. He specifically said in one of his most recent, most watched interviews, I know I said you can ask me anything, but don't ask me nothing else about dude. I don't really want to answer no questions about him. Because he said he's not gonna fight me, so what's the point of keep talking? Right then and there, I didn't see one video about it, but I did see somebody, you know, find a way to turn that into a negative. So you're saying he's still clout chasing somebody's name that he told you or told people not to even ask him about. It's nasty work. If you calling Shakur a coon for doing business, because this is a business, the business of boxing. If you calling him a coon for working with Jake Paul, then you being weird. Because he's a coon for potentially possibly sparring him to help out. But the fighter that's fighting him is not a coon. The fighter that's going to be actively in the prime of his career is fighting him. In the prime of his career, he chose to fight him. He's not a coon, which he's not, by the way. But it's a reason why y'all not going to call him one, because it would be stupid to do. And it's the same way on the other side. Stop dragging these fighters, man. My Just Do Boxing challenge is, can you talk boxing without the slander? I don't give a fuck about your numbers. I don't care about your subscribers. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about none of that. Can you talk boxing without slandering Tank Davis? Can you talk boxing without slandering Shakur Stevenson, the Devin Haney's, the Teofimos, the Ryan Garcias? Well, now I get it with Ryan, but you get me. Can you talk boxing as a whole without tearing these fighters down? I don't think you can. And that's my message to anybody that's pushing that this man is somehow a coon because he's electing to, spar or help somebody allegedly prepare. That's going to be a Tank Davis opposition. And they like, well, he's a coon and he's selling out. And he's not selling out nothing. At the end of the day, it's boxing and his business. Do you see how Raymond Ford and Montana Love are working with Jake Paul? Do you notice how they're working with Jake Paul and there's no videos? You've actually seen Montana Love, Raymond Ford in the ring. You've seen him running laps with him. You've seen all this. The only thing y'all seen from Shakur is this weak ass Photoshop sparring picture that y'all lost your minds about. And then it's a Jake Paul it's a post that he responded to that got y'all talking out y'all ass too. Y'all all some weird boxing fans, bro. Let me tell y'all something, man. Newsflash, yo. Tank Davis don't like men, bro. Like y'all dudes, he don't like y'all in the way that y'all like him. Y'all need to be the cover need to be pulled off, you weird ass talking dudes. Y'all weird. The sport does not revolve around him. If they reached out to them to get some work from one of the best southpaws and the best lightweight in the world, that's what y'all really mad at. So y'all mad at Shakur attempting to try to fight Teofimo at 140. You mad at that? He cherry picking. You trash that. Jake Paul reached out to him and his team to get some insight from Shakur. Y'all trashing him there. Shakur then responds and said, "That's fire. I get to pick one of the business brains, right? One of the good businessmen." I got to pull the tweet up. And y'all mad at that. Y'all dragging him. Y'all calling him out his name. He cooning. He's selling out. Newsflash, goofy people. He don't owe Tank Davis no loyalty. And as do Tank don't owe Shakur no loyalty. You get what I'm saying? Like, what we talking about here? We running around here. Y'all mad because of something Shakur said in the damn interview. Like, let me show y'all how petty this be. And this is for all these boxers. This for you Tank Davis haters too, because y'all out there. All the slander and shit ain't gonna change the fact that he about to make all that money with Jake Paul. No narrative you push, no video you make, none of that. He's still gonna make a lot of money. That check still gonna clear after he fight Jake. And you still gonna be complaining about what he need to do while he's spending his millions enjoying life. Doesn't make any sense to get up every day shitting on these dudes to try to make your point. The end of the day, Shakur Stevenson is going to be here when the smoke clear. You can cry, you can go punch the air, get out the car, get let out the back, whatever it is you want to do, bro. But he going to be here. Told y'all this. He's showing y'all downplaying everything the man tried to do. Y'all celebrating him not getting fights, which is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Y'all celebrating your favorite fighter, telling him that he's turning his back. And y'all running around here talking about who's a coon and who moving funny. After he told him he turning his back, not fighting him, X, Y, and Z. It's like, what do y'all want from the young man? The young man, what do y'all want from him? What is he supposed to do? You get what I'm saying? So, look, this is for boxing, bro. This ain't for any one fighter. This is for anybody out there dragging these guys for making the best decisions for them. It's funny how it's just business when Gervonta Davis decides in the middle of his career that he want to fight Jake Paul. It's justified. It's understood. I would make the money too. And I've said all that because I believe that to be true. But then when Shakur, it's about being a sellout and he just hating and he's attaching himself and his name to Tank. He ain't attaching his name to Tank. Who you think was more known coming out of the amateurs, bro? That's the conversation y'all don't fucking want to have. I'm talking about before Floyd, before anybody. Who got one of the top 3 most anticipated pro debuts in boxing? Who? Go look it up. Go look it up. You ignorant boxing fans with this fake and make-believe clout that you get when you just mention somebody's name. Y'all weird, man. You know why his name is still being spoken about today? You know why his name is able to be put in there with guys at 140 and shit like that? Because they know he one of the best in boxing. It's not a opinion, it's a fact. They know he one of the best. The man had a top 3, one of the most anticipated pro debuts in boxing. You can't make this shit up. So when you talk about clout, this is before Floyd he can even mention and tell y'all who he is. He been that guy. You don't need to mention no other fighter. And this is not just saying this is no fighter. No fighter in clout is imaginary in boxing. Because you show me a time where somebody, just a bare mention of somebody's name changes a person's career. That's what y'all acting like. Man, nah, Shakur Stevenson his name is up there with the rest of them because he been competing and they know he one of the best. It ain't mention take name. This is why we know you. Nah, they know him because we watched his run. For the people that watched it in the Olympics, you knew he was one of the best coming up out of there. You knew that shit. This is why. It don't have nothing to do with Tank. The same way it's business for Tank to go do business with Jake Paul, it's the same shit with Shakur. It's no different. It's no different. I don't give a damn if he called it a circus. What do people do? They go and they be a part of it. They might spectate and join the circus, right? He going over there. He said he going to pick his business brain. Y'all lost your mind about that. Oh, you got Jay Prince. Oh, why don't you go talk to Jay Prince? You mean to tell me you got to talk to a white man? Now y'all making it about race. Y'all some of the most disgusting people that I've ever heard comment and speak on the sport of boxing. And I hope when y'all favorite fighter retire, y'all go right with him. Y'all terrible, man. Dragging this man Conan because he talked about sparring him where a guy reached out to them to get work from the best southpaw in the game, from the best lightweight in the game. Now go cry. He know how to move the fucking needle. This guy got over 1 billion views with the AI shit. He tearing it up. He tearing this shit up. You telling me the dude that don't got no amateur background, is no world-class fighter and none of this shit. He got in the sport of boxing, got MVP promotions popping, standing behind the women, signing fighters and all this, and you don't think he got a little bit of information that he could tell Shakur? You don't think he got nothing to offer him? Stupid, ignorant people, man. Ignorant. You see where his mind at? Y'all talking petty shit. You one end you're telling me they're not friends, but on the next breath you're telling me he's supposed to move like he doing him a favor. The man just told him he ain't fighting him. He turning his back. I would do exactly what Shakur doing. Go over there and pick his brain. Y'all making that shit about sparring. Meanwhile, Montana Love and Raymond Ford, which y'all shouldn't be trashing, has actively been in the ring, taking pictures and all that. Y'all seeing this shit. Nobody's saying nothing, but it's Shakur this, Shakur that, Shakur this. I just hate to see the slander, bro. It's nasty work. Y'all need to find something else to do. Y'all don't add nothing to the sport for real. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of rhetoric and negative energy, bro. Like these men can make moves that directly benefit them in their careers without being labeled coons and shit. And then you wonder why you got the Gervonta Tank Davises of the world talking about getting up out of here. He went from 6 to 7 fight deal to getting up out of here. People can get tired of the fans. Y'all always, didn't he just tell y'all, won't you sit back and be fans? Y'all talking about people, personal lives and everything. When did it ever come to that? Check y'all his own fans and y'all don't even realize it because y'all the ones that's doing it. Y'all the ones, and I'm not attacking, but y'all the ones that's doing it. Some of the most hateful shit that I've ever heard spewed across this space came from people that their favorite fighter is that guy. Y'all want everybody to respect, right? Give the man his just due. I'm gonna do it regardless because I'm true to this shit. He gonna get his just due. But the hate that y'all spew, you can't even tell people you think somebody beat Tank and they'll argue you down, curse you out, you'll be losers and all types of shit. But I'm watching people, grown-ass women calling Shakur everything but his name. Shakira, calling them girl names. And then when somebody get up here and critique your favorite fighter for something that he did in the actual fight, now just do his block. Now you don't rock with me no more. Now, you get what I'm saying? Y'all got to wake up, man. Y'all don't got nothing good to add to this space. Got bad for the sport of boxing. A news flash, man. Shakur Stevenson don't need Tank Davis' name to be relevant. You silly, silly ass people. I don't know who convinced y'all that. The fact that he is mentioning his name is something he should have did because they're in the same weight class. But y'all fighter y'all convinced yourselves that because one fighter out of many don't call nobody out. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. Nobody's supposed to be speaking his name. Bullshit. You want that smoke, you call him out. And that's all it always been about. I've never heard Shakur get online and make it personal. And I've been around. I've seen it all the back and forth. I seen when it was cool. I seen when it changed. I have never seen this man get online and make this shit personal between them two. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. He always talk boxing. Even with their most recent back and forth, he talking boxing, the other guy talking money. Y'all make this shit personal. Y'all keep this shit going. Everything is a problem. Let that man live. Tank is making his money. Nobody has a problem with that. Shakur got reached out to by Jake Paul to do some type of business or whatever, and that's what he should do. These young men, they figuring it out. You talking about one of the guys that hit the ground running, that's making more money in his career than people that dedicated their entire life to the sport. You can't make this shit up. But nah, he ain't got nothing. Now he a white man. But when your favorite fighter fighting him, it's just business. Make it make sense. Stop with all the rhetoric and slander. It's just boxing, bro. He know what moves the needle. Oh, I'm fighting Tank. Well, who do he go back and forth with? Who's somebody that they want to see him fight? Shakur. Why? You ever ask yourself, why would he reach out? Because he knows it's going to get y'all talking just like y'all doing. And so far, I've seen some people that I have respect for. I don't know more. Y'all bogus. Y'all dragged this man ever since Jake Paul first mentioned in that interview that he gonna bring Shakur in the sparring. But since then, you haven't even seen them take a damn picture together. But I've watched people slandering for the last couple weeks, just in silence, just listening, watching people type some of the most hateful shit. Y'all not real boxing fans, and y'all exposed. And I got a bone to pick with y'all. Y'all more mad at Shakur for Jake Paul reaching out to him than you are for your favorite fighter for fighting a man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You mad at the guy that ain't got no defense. He can't fight. He ain't got defense. He's soft. He don't do nothing special. You can't tell me that little guy got y'all that pissed off that y'all dragging him online. You get what I'm saying? Y'all dragging him? Man, yo, you can't make this up, man. I think you people are more bothered than what y'all letting on, bro. I'm watching this shit. I'm like, damn, everything he do, everything he say, they got a problem. Like, yo, go read the tweet that I'm about to pull up, man. Read this tweet. You read the comments that's under the tweet. It's the wildest shit ever. It's just like all types of disrespect back and forth. Like, y'all people are fake fans. Y'all want the world to bend and fold and succumb and you know, idolize your favorite fighter, but then you want to shit on the rest of boxing or anybody that could potentially be a challenge to the guy that you like the most. Y'all weird. Y'all never wanted to see these fights. This is why we probably never will get them. And y'all bogus as hell trying to tear down fighters for trying to be great. You get what I'm saying? Somebody try to move up to 140. You got teams of the fighters, man. You got coaches downplaying these fighters after I done heard them on numerous of times, big the fighter up. When Shakur name is attached to fighting somebody, all of a sudden they value go down. This shit is crazy. I wish y'all, when y'all favorite fighter retire, y'all need to retire with them. I would hope that not hear from some of these negative ass boxing fans. And I said all of this that I said without having one single negative thing to say about Tank. Can y'all do that? It's not about any shitting on fighters, bro. Y'all just dragging this man Coonan, and meanwhile it's Raymond Ford and Montana Love clearly helping him. There's no videos about that. But y'all gonna talk about the guy that nobody watches, that's boring as hell, and nobody likes to, you know what I'm saying? Nobody talks about him, watches him, and he boring. But y'all every day I see it, bro. It's the nastiest shit I've ever seen. Shout out to my brother Adam McLean. What's good with it, bro? Nasty, man. Nasty. Hit that like button. YouTube Lives, Room Boxing. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. But look, over here, bro, everybody that's in here listening, there's no, I'm going to stay true to this shit, and I'm going to keep building it up the way I see fit. Everybody gets their credit, man. I'm not spending time shitting and tearing down fighters. So let me speak to the Tank Davis haters, too. And some of y'all double standard having ass people. So y'all telling me y'all more mad at Shakur sparring Jake Paul than y'all are at Jake Paul for emasculating Tank, making videos where he kissing him. You get what I'm saying? He put the man on his knees in a pink dress. Like you go on and on and on. Y'all not mad at none of this because he getting paid. So you justifying disrespect. Your disrespect comes with a price tag, is what you say. you're cool with seeing a fighter get dragged and disrespected, emasculated, as long as he's getting paid for it, right? But you know, Core go do a little interview, and in the clip he says this, and they leave.
Question before I go: why not fight Tank at 135?
Tank ain't gonna fight him, man. He not gonna fight him.
You gotta realize with Tank, he on that other side where he gonna, you know, act
take
like
all the cupcakes. Alex, say it.
Man, I'm quite sure Tank to fight you here.
So you saying he don't want to put that record up?
Look,
Shady. Hey, Shady. I know Tank.
Man.
I know Tank, Shady.
I know Tank too.
Let him talk. Go ahead.
Hey, I know Tank too, and I know for a fact at the end of the day, like, he is not jumping into no fight with me. Like, that's a whole different type of atmosphere. That's not like fighting. I'm saying.
So basically, you telling me Tank scared?
I ain't gonna say the man scared. I'm just saying for a fact.
So what
I
you
know
saying?
he not jumping in the ring with me.
Y'all mad and bent out of shape at him speaking what he felt like his piece. That's light, bro. That's light. That's all I'm saying. They all talk shit. It's just fighters, bro. I like them both. You know what I mean? I don't side with them when they go at each other. I don't think one guy is right, the next guy is wrong, but it's boxing. Let these men live their lives, bro. If y'all mad at him saying that, you should be pissed off that Jake running around here just being disrespectful. We call them woman beaters, everything. Y'all ain't saying it. Let me guess, y'all conveniently missing all the crazy promotion that he doing for this fight. But you see everything Shakur Stevenson do, everything he tweet, everything he say, you see it. It's crazy, man. Y'all paying attention a lot more than I thought y'all was, man. Than what y'all letting on, man. That young boy, man, from North got y'all attention, man. Why y'all paying attention so hard if he born? I just need to know. I want to know why. What's getting y'all attention? Why the hell y'all know everything he say and whatever he do? You know what's going on. It's crazy. Nasty work. Haney fix his flaws. Shit, I don't know. We'll find out. Man, McQueen, what's good with it, bro?
Main. It's Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
As y'all can see. Hold on a second. Allow the time. Sipping on brew, listening to Just Do. That's what we do on Sundays. Little IPA. More measure for the pleasure. I think it's time to start having conversations in this YouTube space. We spend so much time debating. It's Monday somewhere. It's Monday in Tokyo, I believe, CJ. But in any event, I think it's time to start having conversations so people can have somewhat of an understanding where the other is coming from. You know, we spend so much time debating, and I believe that only builds obstructions and not bridges. You know, so we can get some answers to some of these questions. Me personally, you know, I got my bias. Love my guy Edward Vasquez, but I'm still objective enough to say, okay, my guy got about 3-4 knockouts in 18 fights. So if he were to fight against this guy, man, he might be behind the 8 ball to some degree. Then the other thing I'm looking at is he doesn't necessarily have the fan base, doesn't have the cachet to warrant a close decision. 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna go his way. But I'm still gonna root for my guy.
Right.
And if we get to that space, it'll be a lot healthier. It'll be a whole lot healthier on YouTube.
Yeah.
And on X.
Yeah.
With the Shakur Stevenson thing, just if people were to just say these are the reasons why I don't like this guy, then boom. A lot of the headache is alleviated. But that's not gonna happen. You're gonna have all of these opinions and conjecture, as my man T Hill likes to say, and they get propped up as fact or as truth or he's cooking or so on and so forth, and such is not the case. You know, this guy stated numerous times the amount of respect that he has for Tank Davis. Why isn't that the topic of Alive?
Because it don't, and I had some clips. Some of them I still can play them, but that's what he told you. Like, man, this dude amazing in the ring. Like he was saying some shit one day. I'm like, damn, you landed on kind of thick, ain't you? But I was like, I like it because throughout the frustration that he may have with you know, everything that comes with trying to put that fight together, he makes sure he's very consistent on what he think of him as a fighter. How he move is one thing, his attitude, energy, that's one thing. But he as a fighter, he has respect for him. And I think that's something that people kind of they purposely avoid it, like talking about it so they can continue to push their negative narratives. And it's crazy. And that's why I said, you tell me the worst thing you've heard him say publicly about Tank, and I'll show you what Jake Paul is actively doing right now. Show you what his father is saying about him and his whole team. Like, that's disrespect, emasculating them, you kissing, and you taking it to somewhere different. You know what I'm saying? Them two, they're talking about boxing each other. You talking about fighting this man. He don't trash him. He don't, you know, I don't know, downplay everything he's done. Like, it just is different. But people don't avoid that. They avoid that conversation because, you know, it's going to hold him in a positive light. They don't want to do that.
True indeed. I can't refute anything that you just said. And as I've stated numerous times, it reminds me of that scene on The Wire where Slim is talking to Avon, and he was saying, he's going to fight on a lie, then we're going to fight on a lie. So at this point, it doesn't matter what the truth is. You got to double down on all of your assertions that you've made previously because you want to look like a hypocrite.
Right.
And that's why it's tough and a very dangerous place to exist. Salute to my man, BVO, Cleveland's finest, my dog.
I'm telling you, man, I'm not telling nobody how to do them, but my challenge is still out there. I love to hear boxing conversation without slander. I love to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I love when I seen the way people was tearing down a potential Teofimo fight. I was like, yo, y'all really don't like boxing, yo. Y'all celebrating people not getting their fights is crazy work to me. Like, that's wild. Man, yo, it's the shit that I could say. And I left a lot of stuff out that I was going to cook on, but it's all good because we just going to be non-toxic. That's what I want to be. But my moral of the story, man, I spent this portion of the live to have this kind of conversation because I want y'all to pay attention to something. There's people out here that enjoy this shit for real, the Hammer Queens of the world, the Just Dudes, the Behind the Hands, the L-Dub Boxings. Those guys really love boxing, bro. A lot of this shit out here is what narrative I could push to make you hate a fighter that you never met before in your life. Think about that the next time you find yourself hating or being mad at a complete stranger that you chose to watch. You get what I'm saying? You invest your time in watching these people. You think I'm going to be trashing them? I appreciate the entire sport. Like, perfect example, right? We just got a fight yesterday with Wardley and Joseph Parker. Yeah, I was like, man, that was a little too early on the stoppage. But I'd be damned if I let how I feel about that one part, even though it's significant, overshadow the actual work that they put in for them 11 rounds that they was fighting. Bro, you have got to be kidding me. That's the kind of fight that I walk away. If I didn't know Joseph Parker or Wardley, I was a fan after last night.
Oh, yeah.
After yesterday afternoon, should I say. That was really fun to watch. That's what boxing is. Nobody should get trashed. Nobody got exposed. It was a really good fight, and somebody won. You get me? And that's how I try to call boxing. I'm not here to make y'all hate a fan base or a fighter. When you see me doing that, tune me out, unsubscribe, all that. And tell the world how fake I am. When you see me up here doing that, I hate it. I hate to see it, bro.
Hey, there was a little bit of exposure last night, and I'm gonna tell you, I think that Joseph Parker did expose Fabio Wardley to some degree, but not in a negative way.
Right.
He exposed that man has been working on some things. That had to be the most responsible performance I have seen from Wardley. Anytime Parker landed something clean, he resisted the urge to just come right back and just fire recklessly. He tied up in the first round. He got caught with a good shot. He tied up. I said, "What the hell?" This is very uncharacteristic for Fabio Wardley. In the past, you seen him get hit with a good shot, and then next thing you know, he's bleeding all over the place by the damn third round. He was very responsible. His head movement.
Unlike Joseph Parker, who forgot how to clinch altogether, huh?
Yep.
Man, bro.
And to go to the stoppage, bro. This is why I personally wasn't upset with the stoppage. the ref has a very tough job to do. And I would ask anybody, if you're looking at the fight in its totality, and I'm not just talking about the action in the ring, even prior to the fight, you look at a guy like Joseph Parker, who's been in there with big punches. He's even been stopped before by Joe Joyce. Remember, he got stopped by Joe Joyce. If I'm not mistaken, it was in the 11th round. He got stopped in the 11th round. It was late. And then you see him in the second round in the fight that you're officiating. He gets hit with a clean ass shot. He stops throwing. He don't clinch, as you just alluded to. He's getting punched on, and his only recourse is to spit out his gum shield. That's round 2.
Right.
That was intentional. The gum shield didn't get punched out his mouth. He spit it out because he was getting beat the fuck up. And he didn't hold. He wasn't punching back. He wasn't defending himself. He was just getting punched on. Then you fast forward to the 10th round. The last 30 seconds of that round, he's getting punched on again. And this is why I sent you guys the clip in the chat. Shout out to my man behind the hands, the Mo City Menace. When he walks back to the corner at the end of the 10th, he starts drifting off to the right. Your corner's over here. Where the hell are you going? And if you go back and look at that clip again, the ref is right behind him. So I'm pretty sure the ref is taking inventory. Like, damn, you done already spit the gum shield out in the second when you was in trouble. The 10th round, you get saved by the bell. You're walking the wrong way for a second, and you got a course correct. And then less than 2 minutes into the succeeding round, you look like you out on your feet again. And then not only that, but remember, he kept wiping the blood out his face. At that point, he had that nasty cut over his left eye. So you wiping blood out your face, you getting punched on. You probably threw 3 punches in the last minute or so of the fight. It's just a rough situation to be in. So if you're a referee, if I'm a referee, I would have rather stopped the fight too soon than too late. Now, as fans, we say you got to give that guy the opportunity to go out on the shield. But it's easy for us to say because we want to be entertained. We're not his team. We don't got to be concerned about who the hell he fights next or several fights from now. We don't got to be there to feed him like Jinky was doing Manny Pacquiao. Remember when Jinky was feeding Manny? Whatever the hell was banana pudding, whatever the hell that was, soup. He lumped up with his eyes on Dubs, getting fed, getting spoon fed. We don't got to go feed Joseph Parker. We don't got to take care of this man in the event that he ends up in the hospital. We don't got to be his caretaker, his PCA.
No, that's the facts. That's why ultimately, like, you know, I had my reaction oh shit, damn, I didn't even realize I did that. I had my reaction in live time, like, you know, but as you get to sit there and process it more, that's what I ultimately brought myself to the conclusion, right? That's what made me be cool with it, because I'm looking at it like, damn, a lot of these guys get hurt, spend a lot of deaths in the sport. It's definitely 1,000,000% better to be 1 punch too early than 1 punch too late. And I'm like, I could respect it. Joseph Parker didn't contest it a whole lot. He did to some degree, but he didn't do himself any favors by languishing on the ropes like he was doing. And, you know, he's just languishing on the ropes and, you know, not throwing punches after getting hit with big shots, right? Walking yourself right back to the ropes. That's a sign that you're hurt. I know you're hurt when you're doing that. So, but I thought, you know, he could have fought on just a bit, but like I said, man, it's tough. It's a tough spot to be in real time. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be the reason that a dude is you know, not good in there because you allowed it to go a little bit too long. So
no, absolutely. And Joseph Parker's a tough ass dude. We seen him get up off the deck twice versus Zilly Zhang. So we know that the guy is a tough guy, but that's one of those situations where you gotta save the guy from himself. Because if you allow him to go out there, he gonna go out there. Joseph Parker ain't got no type of hoe in his blood. That man is gonna scrap.
None to the
and he's been in there. He's been in there with big punches. Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, Zilly Zhang, Deontay Wilder, now Fabio Wardley. You know what I mean? Like he was just in there with Martin McCauley. You know what I mean? Like this dude has not an ounce of hoe in his blood. And that's even more the reason to save that dude from himself. And when I went back and looked at the way he walked to his corner at the end of the 10th, I was like, yeah, the ref made the right decision. Because he was still buzzed going into the 11th. I think that's why that shot that Fabio Wardley hit him with, that preceded the barrage, I think that's what sent him spiraling out in that state. And like you were saying, when he got hit with that other shot, he walked himself to the ropes.
Shout out to 2 Cents. What's good with it, bro? Right. Yeah, Damon, he snapped the head back. Yeah, and just without the return fire, right? That just made it all the worse. Like, bro, you're not even going to return fire right now. You're getting clipped up right now. You got to do something. Gotta do
show
something.
this little piece to the people. Just this little piece right here.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to I don't want to OD and play too much. But this is the end of the 10th round right here, people. If y'all can see this. Now, this is the end of the 10th round, right? Now look where this is Joseph Parker's corner right here. The blue corner is his corner. He can walk straight right here to the corner. Look where he goes.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is he going?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where is he going?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he got to reroute.
Yeah.
And then who's that behind him? Over his shoulder, watch. That's the ref right there. So he's probably looking like, hell no, he ain't good.
Yeah, he ain't good.
Bro, your corner is right here. He could have just walked right here. He drifting all the way out the fuck over here somewhere. He don't even know where he's going.
Al Booger, what it do, homie?
That's not good. That is not good.
Boots. Say call who at the right time? Two-tone call who? I know Bo Mac wasn't going for that silliness. Man, I like Bo. Bo don't be beat for that bullshit. Told y'all that Crawford slander gonna have y'all getting checked up on. Telling you, y'all be bugging with all that he ducking stuff, man. Y'all gotta be off that. At the 38 years old, you still saying that man ducking is ridiculous, man. Hell yeah, his coach gonna be annoyed. Like, bro, what? Like, all we do is fight. What the fuck are you talking about? And that's why I say, one thing that go over people's heads, man, go do your homework on what Crawford took Bob Arum to court for. Just go do the homework. That's how crazy it is. You really can go get the information and you will know that it wasn't definitely about him ducking somebody and not trying to fight. That's not a guy that you could say that. I don't give a damn what you think about his resume. So that's why he was on two-tone helmet. He wasn't for that. He not trying to hear that shit. All the work they put in. He like, this dude still talking about fight somebody that they felt like had opportunities to fight him. And I told y'all before, when a fighter makes moves that take him out of contention to fight somebody, he's just not focused on that particular fight. But it's the fans still pushing that it's Crawford doing something wrong to stop the fight from happening. I'm like, y'all got this shit mistaken. Y'all wrong. Y'all pay attention, bro. Dude's got plans, just like he got plans right now, and it don't involve Bud. It's okay. Do that make him scared of Bud? No. That's why I say, like, I love a good conversation too, but the more I'm learning, certain conversations just don't make sense because it's not realistic unless we can't force guys like that in the same weight class. I get it all day and all night. Let's talk. But once dudes is weight classes apart, and then you got one guy, even if when he come back, he talking about being in this weight class, and you got the other guy down in the other. Like, what are we doing? Like, we arguing about nothing at this point because the powers that be, the fighters, the teams, all of that stuff, nobody is on that page. Why are we forcing that? That's what I'm like, man, nah, bro. No. They ain't, you know what I mean? You even ask Bosey how he feel. He like, man, Crawford is good. Like that, he don't sound like that's somebody they trying to fight, and not because he's scared. That's just not in their plans. Crawford is where he at doing him, and we doing us over here. That's why I said people got to pump the brakes. Let's enjoy Boots at 54 while we trying to rush him to 60. I know some of y'all nervous now because he done made Lima look like a and one. Ain't even finished the mixtape. Ain't even make it through the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But nah, just sit tight and enjoy the ride, man. I think that man got some special performances coming up.
And that's all we can do is just enjoy the moment, man. Enjoy the moment. These guys are on completely different timetables.
Yeah.
Not only are they in different divisions, They're literally a decade apart, 10 years apart. One is 28, the other's 38.
They don't get it.
They're
not
at
even
different
thinking,
junctures in their career.
It's over, bro. I know it's like, damn, we didn't get to see that one. No. But you know why it ain't got to be a damn? Because the real one that he was supposed to see that's there is now in the same weight class with him. And you know they're going to get that smooth. I can't wait till that fight get made, because what y'all going to say then? Man, I don't want to hear nothing. Keep that same energy. Y'all out here putting Boots' body on ducks. How y'all doing my boy Boots? Filthy, G. Look how they doing my boy Boots, man. Yeah, man, we ain't going to stand for this. I ain't from Philly. I'm from Jersey, but we not going for the Boots slander. We're not going for the boxing slander, but y'all, wow. Remember this. Keep this same energy. I'm so serious. Just on some boxing fan stuff. All of y'all, I like to have fun with it, of course. Man, he gonna prove some of y'all wrong. Y'all gonna be eating all types of crow, bro. Y'all better get y'all condiments and shit ready. I heard hot sauce, help the crow go down a little bit easier, man. I don't know from experience, because I don't eat a lot of crow these days. But y'all, that boot slander, this duck talk, oh yes, I can't wait. Man, I can't wait. Y'all disrespectful. Telling you, I cannot wait. Like, watch when the next and1 mixtape come out. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all money ready, bro. Y'all ain't getting no refunds when you beat the hell out your favorite fighter. Like, man, just do one line. He been saying that shit for weeks. Gotta make sure I say that every day, just for no reason. Wait till Boots catch a run down on your favorite fighter, whoever it may be. He beating their ass. Yeah, they're gonna change their takes, bro. You know how I go. Y'all double tap the screen, sub to the channel. Told y'all, let's hit 11K before we end the stream. I got my brother Ant McQueen up here with me. I just wanted to, I kind of took it light, man. I was gonna go harder, but I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. I just say I want to see people just talk boxing and not bullshit and not slander, man. I can have fun with the little duck shit, but when I'm telling you, tell your favorite fighter at 50-40 better duck them punches when Boots in there with him. I'm telling you, and better not duck into one. Shit gonna get ugly. I'm telling you, and one mixtape shit. That's a cold ass duck right there. You know that dude could fight. The way they made the picture, that duck beat the hell out of somebody. You see what he did to his last fighter? You gotta change that narrative. Yeah, Damon. That's why I say fights like the Virgils of the world does that. The guys at 54 can help that narrative fall by the wayside in no time, bro. And yeah, you can't underpay, but dudes can't overplay their hands too. I'm fair on both sides. Definitely don't underpay. Understand that I think for Boots to secure certain fights, you might have to make certain sacrifices. And then on the other end, these guys, I hope ain't overplaying their hands when it's time to fight them. You know what I'm saying? Because they know he ain't no duck, man. I'm telling you, them dudes at 54, no Boots ain't scared, bro. That shit is crazy, yo. How they really be convincing themselves these grown men be scared to fight.
But the under or overpaying thing is something that's far beyond our pay grade, because like, what the hell are these other guys selling as far as tickets are concerned?
Yeah.
What type of shows have they been involved with? What can they point to as their sales history and say, this is why we deserve this, aside from, okay, we in there fighting Boots. You're going to get paid according to your market value. And then when you see certain guys, the other day I was saying to you in the chat, bro, you was making me depressed when you mentioned Rashidi Ellis.
Right.
Because with Rashidi, it's like, you ain't gonna take the 500,000, but I know for damn sure he ain't get 500,000 to fight no fucking Javier Fortuna. No disrespect to Javier Fortuna, but we know he ain't sniffing that.
Just the facts, right?
So 500,000 is not enough for Boots. Shit, I'd be surprised if he's making 100,000 to fight Javier Fortuna.
Facts again. Yeah, me too. So, and you know what's funny? Looking at that situation and the way it played out, it made me feel like it was his team speaking for him too soon, because they probably was thinking about what they could make off, right? And in his mind, he probably wanted, because then for y'all to come right back and be like, oh, it was enough, that probably came right from the fighter. Like, bro, you bugging. Like, nah, we need that. What you doing?
Right.
And then it just wasn't there. Shout out to Top Crazy. He said he ain't ducking shit. That's a fact, fam. Hit that like button, sub to the channel.
And even with their teams, bro, I even understand their position, especially when you got multiple hands in the pot. Everybody wants to get paid. So the more that the fighter is able to command, I mean, that's more bread to divvy up. So I respect it from that standpoint. By the same token, though, you got to be realistic about where your fighter is.
Yeah, I get it, but
and what they can command.
Don't overplay your hand. And like you said, I don't want to go above my pay grade, right? But I'm just saying in terms on some boxing shit, like I don't want to hear that he was just asking for some shit that like is because sometimes they know, like, and without saying it, that's another way of saying you don't want to fight when you truly trying to, because there's negotiating and then there's completely like, and I hate to say it, pricing yourself out. Like just being, should I say, being unrealistic. And I just hate those stories. So it's bittersweet to hear that, essentially they came to understanding that would be enough money, but it was just too late on the trigger, man. I'm like, damn.
It made me so depressed, bro. It made me sad as a boxing fan because Rashidi Ellis is a quality fighter. I ain't no bum, he ain't no scrub. I don't give a damn about that loss that he had to Villa because he was up a majority of that fight.
I still think they took it from him to this day.
Yeah, even with the knockdowns. I mean, he put on a hell of a performance. And shout out to Villa as well, because he fought himself back into that fight.
Yeah, he did.
He fought himself back into that fight. So there's no shame in that performance to me. But if you're Rashidi Ellis and your prior fight was against some dude named Josek Ruiz, who was fucking 24-8, and you fighting in a damn auditorium in Massachusetts somewhere.
Yeah.
And I looked at this venue. The shit only holds like 1,000 people. So you got the opportunity to fight to go from Josek Ruiz 24-8 and 3 draws in Lowell, Massachusetts, in the damn nondescript auditorium somewhere to fight in Boots Ennis for an opportunity for a WBA interim at that.
Right.
At the Wells Fargo, like, come on, man, 500,000. Because I know he ain't. Once again, I know he ain't getting nowhere near close to that for Josek Ruiz. And he's likely not going to get that shit for Javier Fortuna. And Javier Fortuna was a formidable guy in his heyday, but
yeah, he was.
It's not like Javier Fortuna was a bum, but like look at look
now
what they
you
bring
got
him up
this
to.
dude fighting where 54 or something. Like
I think they're gonna have him fighting at 47 or something like that. And he started down there low, bro. Javier Fortuna
going back to 47 is crazy.
Javier Fortuna done fought as low as featherweight, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to say 26, right?
He fought as low as 26.
Yeah, I remember him. I remember he was still undefeated. He was looked at as one of them dudes for a little minute.
And rightfully so. I mean, the guy's a damn good fighter in his prime, but he's far past that. He for damn sure ain't no 47-pounder, and he really ain't no 154 pounder.
Yeah, so that shit about to be crazy for him. But it's crazy that Rashidi gonna go to 47. And that's why I say, man, do y'all really be trying to have these fights? Y'all don't even know what y'all be doing with y'all careers and being picky like that. So you was just fighting in the TCL. Like, why would your coach think it was cool to say that wasn't good money? That's crazy, because that could have been the first fight there. Then what people would have said, like, telling you, he beat him there. Well, he was inactive. He was fighting in TCL. He wasn't. I know. I guarantee you, still been something. People do not like boxing, boy. They be quick to tear these dudes down. That's crazy. I ain't think Boots was one of them guys that I was surprised to see, like, them try to turn on like that. Shout out to C Wood. What's good, homie? How you feeling? Y'all double tap the screen. We're gonna build for a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, does C Wood?
Yeah, you supposed to take that. Jump on that. They supposed to take the money, because I mean, I'll say the reason why I say that, because unless you had a better opportunity lined up, then at the end of the day, you look back at that and you look at the opportunity to not only make that money, but fight that guy. And if you win, then think about it. You pull off the upset, shit gonna change for you for sure. That's how you
but just clearly they didn't have the opportunity because oh my God, I do not want to disrespect Javier Fortuna. I just want to reiterate, Javier Fortuna, wherever you are, you were a damn good fighter. You were one of them guys when you were coming up. But at 147, 154, whatever the hell it is that you're gonna be fighting Rashidi Ellis at, that shit does not even out the fighting Boots Ennis. With no disrespect to Javier Fortuna. So I mean, I gotta go with C Wood. Like not C Wood. That was Damon that said that. You gotta take that shit, bro. From 14,000 to 500K, that's an astronomical leap. That is a quantum leap as far as purse is concerned. Like you just gotta take that. And then not only that, to factor in what you just said, Just, it's not just about the money itself, but it's also an audition. You got to think about how many more people will be who would be tuning in to see you fight Jaron Ennis versus however many people are gonna see this Javier Fortuna fight.
Position at least the better money. Facts.
It just ain't the same.
14K, yeah, man. It's just a missed opportunity for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because again, he had nothing better, and then the Javier Fortuna joint coming. It's like, Javier, who? Like we know him, but it's like he fighting, and we're 47. Like I'm still thinking about what Ryan did to him, and that was years ago. Right? Definitely about to get touched up by Rashidi, I would think, especially up at 47, if that's where they fighting at. And if it's any higher than that, then it's guaranteed. Like you just, his chances are even less. So I just don't see too many. If he beat Rashidi could forget about fighting any of those other guys. That shit gonna hurt, but I don't see him losing to him. We'll see. But I said with Boots, I'm riding with him, man. I think people got him messed up. That's all good. Speaking of Boots, man, what's this video? He gonna say he gonna F Boots plans of Erickson Lubin on fighting Virgil. Okay, that's why he's saying that. Saying he gonna beat Virgil before Boots could get to him. Man, that's gonna be a damn good fight coming up too, man. Because shit, Boots could very well find himself in there with the winner. And it could go either way. But they're gonna put some respect on the youngin, man. Shout out to Boots, man. Shit, they did Core and Dev dirty too. Core, and then William Skull. Y'all gonna eat these words too, you know what I'm saying? That's why he put up the ass like that in his last fight, because y'all talking crazy with these little AI pictures and shit. Just go to show y'all I had fun. It don't matter which one of them it is. They do be funny though. Because you can tell right away who's who. Immediately. I like that. Yeah, I got jokes. Okay. Dev out there. And just to give Dev his just due. Look, outside of Ramirez, you ain't never seen no fight where he moved like that. You can't call that man no runner. That's not true. That's like if you really telling me Devin Haney's a runner, it's just like saying you either telling me two things. You don't like him and you don't watch him, or both. One of the two or both. You get what I'm saying? Like that, because he don't run. As a matter of fact, he willing to take chances. This is why when we seen the performance, we was disgusted by it. You know what I mean? And people were so blown and we're like, damn, nah, that ain't it. Because that's not him. You know he don't fight like that. And I'm like, people just hate to admit it, man. Like, you shouldn't hate the kid, man. They all young and successful, man. And they positioned themselves to be in some of the best fights in boxing. All of them, respectfully. Devin Haney still undefeated. People act like he's been getting his ass beat for years or something. Like, what? The Ryan shit is not enough for me, y'all. I see people get beat all the time. People lose fights, but then that one, he got cheated. So I'm not holding that against him. I'm not going to hold the Ramirez performance against him, but I am going to say that I feel like he has to be better than that. November 22nd to beat Brian Norman. And it can't be in no running type fashion, as the fans like to call it. You have to take some chances in there. You have to be smart. Swim without getting wet at certain points. You're going to have to outthink this young man. You know what I'm saying? Out slick him, like out fight him. Like, you're going to have to figure this shit out.
When are we going to have a damn meme about the other side of it? Which is the guys that are supposed to be making the fight. The guy that's supposed to be pressing the dude out, that's not supposed to be concerned with the power because the guy's pillow fisted and he's supposed to just walk straight through him and beat him up. We need those memes.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of seeing that shit too. Like,
yeah. It's like, damn, man, y'all just, this narrative shit is crazy how it takes shape on the internet and it just go. That's why I said boxing Twitter is trash, bro, because they be absolutely ripping fighters apart for no reason whatsoever. And not really ripping, they just so negative. And it's like, yo, y'all be digging. Man, calling dudes out their names, y'all be so aggressive, so tough, like every little thing, bro. I'm like, man, it ain't that deep, man. Where's the real boxing fans at? Where's they at? It's not in the comment sections. They the ones liking the post, right? The ones commenting be the haters, man. But yeah, I see Broly said, just hear me out. Anyway, beats Nakatani. It is possible. Shakur beats Tiafimo. That is very possible. I agree with that as well. Devin beats Brian Norman. That's possible, but I'm thinking Norman. I'm going with Norman. I'm going to just say that. Not rooting against Dev, but I think Norman going to pull it off. Devin beats Brian Norman. Uzi beats Fabio Wardley. I can go with that. Steph Fulton beats Shock. I can go with that as well. That's me say, what if Dev can beat Norman? He beat Ramirez. What does it say more about? Oh, who does it say more about hypothetically? It's things you can find out on both of them. That's me. If the fight plays out that way, if Devin beats Norman, how he beat Ramirez, I think that'll make people, probably take a second look at Norman, right? In terms of what he is. I already know that they're gonna say, he need to add more to the toolbox. He need to go, back to the drawing board, to the gym. Work on this or work on that. They're gonna say you need to work on his footwork and a number of different things, right? But at the same token, they'll say Devin is shot. That's crazy. Even in winning the fight, they're gonna say it. They're gonna be like, oh, he's still like, they're gonna feel like it's just a matter of time for somebody to catch up to him. This is what I think, what people would be saying if that happens that way. It won't be a lot of positive being said about Devin, that's for sure. Outside of his fan base, they'll be the ones like, he got the win. You'll hear some sprinkles of, man, well, he got the win. He beat Norman. It is a dangerous guy. But then the outcry is gonna be loud. He broken, he damaged goods, he don't look the same. And because that'll be 2 fights in a row. He looked jittery in his last fight. That's not good. He looked very unsettled. And I kept thinking as the fight went on, I'm like, okay, certain round, he gonna settle in a bit, especially with the success that he is having. I thought he would, but nope, he was not. I was like, damn, and where the jab at? This fight without the presence of a jab is just so lackluster, because it was like he wasn't putting the offense together. He was landing shots here or there, and he was showing little flashes of what he do. He definitely was, but just wasn't like. I felt like he had the right guy to really. He could have showcased some shit in that fight, but I think it was just in the back of his mind that I can't get hit, But kudos to him for finding a way not to really get hit. He got hit. It's a fight. He still was getting hit, but nothing real of any real consequence. I give him a lot of credit, just like I give anybody else, like the Shakur, when he found a way to limit De Los Santos to 40 punches or whatever it was in 12 rounds. Devin doing that and avoiding being, clipped and put down. That shit is impressive in and of itself. Like from a, staying away from it and not allowing him, not making that mistake. He could have did some shit. He could have easily made a mistake, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, it's not ideal. It's not the way you want to see him win. But like I said, I could respect it for the circumstances, trying to get to the next fight. That's a different kind of pressure. You know what I'm saying? Is what you just came off. Like, you like, nah, I can't let him do that. I can't let, I just refuse. I'm going to get mine and get out. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? And that in some ways, that is somewhat of a good sign why I say that, because to a degree, it depends on what the game plan was, though, because it's tricky. It kind of shows that you can stick to what you do, right? Boxing and staying away, which is like you took chances, but shit, you would think he would have fought Ryan kind of like that, right? Moving away from him and trying to take some air out of him early before engaging the way he did. That's all, but nope. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll reserve some judgment. Maybe it's going to take more than that one fight to get back. But my thing is this: if it's going to take, like, is this fight to take when you're trying to get it back, right? And can you use Brian Norman as a stepping stone? I don't even want to say that, but can you get back to you with him being in front of you as the challenge, right? That's a really dangerous fight. That's not another, like, I don't think he's going to afford you the same opportunities that Ramirez was, like getting to the target and letting you off the hook, letting you get away. Even when he was exiting, like it was like the same shit. I could see Norman still being able to catch you trying to exit out that way. I could see it. You know what I'm saying? But if he being Devin and like standing on them, sitting on them punches at points, I could see him being able to gain the respect for sure. But he got to be willing to go for it, right? You got to take his, you know what I'm saying? You got to take his. Amy says, see, Jesse would have thought the same thing with Core versus Nagatil and De La Santos, gave up on him. Same way you think about Core. Yeah, that fight don't mean he not. Yeah, and to me, I thought, and you know who even put the icing on the cake, the bow on the prize, the cherry on top for me? Ant McQueen. Ant McQueen with the Nakatil shit, I already had my feelings toward it, but after a while, you hear so much, you like, damn, is it that type of fight? But then he just going over, breaking it down, and we was like, nah, people was bugging. Like, yeah, you expect more, but people was bugging. I thought they was bugging with De Los Santos. I kind of knew what that was. I hated to say it.
Still, man, Core still scored 2 knockdowns in that fight.
Yeah, he did.
And I mean, this is no disrespect to Devin Haney, but it wasn't even that type of fight. And there was several moments. If you look at the back half of that fight, he actually had Nakatil on the back foot quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't overly aggressive with his output offensively, but if you want to just talk about position,
right,
he was in the center of the ring a whole lot, whereas Dev was on the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the perimeter, so it's not the same kind of fight at all.
I've never seen a performance like that where a guy not losing rounds and then he get knockdowns and shit like that, and he get that level of criticism. I had to start looking at it different. I'm like, yeah, and indirectly, y'all telling me he set the bar so high in y'all minds that you like, this ain't it. Like you get me, like, because there's no way to tear apart a performance where you dominate like that. I'm sorry, it's not that much there. Yeah, you could say you could let your hands go more, go for it more, but it's like, why? Like, that shit was too thorough of an outclass, and that shit was like a master. Like, this is like masterful to me. You know what I mean? Masterful don't just mean all offense. Like, he neutralizing these guys. Yeah, he got some good shit in there. I ain't gonna lie. I remember he put a little mark on his face. I'll never forget that. He was touching on it at the end of the fight. I could see the guy landed some shit, but that. It's a testament to him. He didn't buckle or fold, but I think they used that as the moment to say, well, he stopped throwing punches. And I'm like, where? Show me the fight. That's why when you breaking it down round by round, you're like, man, I'm still looking for the round where he was doing this running that he was talking about. And I'm like, yo, you right. I'm like, he's right there.
And that's exactly why I did that live that day, because I got into a full-blown debate with somebody on Twitter.
Yeah,
Shakur was running from Nakatil. He was so scared of the power, and I'm like, nah, we gotta watch this shit, because it's one thing to talk about fights and how they played out. Then it's another thing to go back over them and watch them on a round by round engage. Forget about round by round, on an engagement to engagement basis.
Right.
And I'm like, ain't no way in hell you could convince me, or you could even convince yourself that the man is running.
Right.
And oddly enough, that was probably one of my most commented on videos, and then people were commenting in the comment section like,
right,
like, damn, this is a lot different than I remember, or this is a lot different than the narrative. This is a lot different that shit got over 1,000 views, bro.
Facts.
And people just like commenting like, nah, hold on, I thought he was supposed to be scared of the power. And it's like,
yeah, I'm telling you. Should be narrative driven like crazy. That's why I say, man, I go to bat for any fighter where I keep hearing people push narratives, and I'm clearly seeing them put in work. And we be going this hard on guys that they ain't even came close to losing. It's not even the cores, it's the Boots of the world. Boots getting a lot of that shit right now. Crawford got it through his career, and all he did was win. It's like, I don't understand y'all. That's why I be saying at this point, it's got to be disdain or dislike or hate for the fighter. Like, I don't even want to say you hating on him, but you damn sure don't like him. Like, bro, these dudes be going in there, and that's why I say, man, I noticed, how you know he had a good performance, it be quiet, right? You ain't hearing the slander, but you ain't hearing nobody's talk about the fight. That's when you know he shut people up. I swear to God, that's why I promise you, every single time. Every single time, I've seen it multiple times throughout his career. When he do something that they said, it be like crickets. It'd be like, well, you're supposed to do it. Well, about time. It'd be like crazy. I'd be enjoying it, but then it'd be pissing me off. I'd be like, y'all weird, man. Just enjoy boxing, man. That's why I'd be rooting for Devin to get it back. That's why I was rooting for him to beat up a Ryan Garcia, beat his ass and shit like that, because he got cheated, man. Like, how we turn our backs on him? Like, we that mad at what his father's saying or what he tweeted? Like, seriously, we talking about boxing here. This kid is a damn good boxer, bro. And I would hate to see him not be at the top of his game no more because he decided to step in the ring with a guy that was, had a little extra sauce. Shout out to Gabe, man. Oh, I rock with boxing as a whole, but I'm not shy about telling people who my favorite fighter is. Like, I don't care how they take it. Like, they could be mad all they want. But I'm going to give everybody the respect, though. Shout out to Cavs that we're supposed to talk about boxing like it's divorce court, right? We're supposed to argue with Mike Kirkland, my brother. How you feeling? Oh, it's good to see you.
Jordan Smith with the actual factuals. And I rock with Tank. Shit, I'm on the damn Rise podcast.
You know what I'm saying? That's my
damn, like I'm an official, like almost like I'm an official member. Shout out to Senior Cobbs, Mr. Interstellar, and my dog.
To the Rise. We rock with these dudes.
Squeeze.
Don't paint me as a one fighter channel, because like the content will reflect that. I talk about them when I need to, but I'm gonna always give dudes they just do, and especially when I see the hate online, because like I said, the hate be out. That should be so much louder than the praise, or not even the praise, just the respect. Like, when somebody really go out there, like, as loud as some of these people be about these fighters, when they go out there and prove you wrong, be just as loud. I want to hear you be like, man, that was that, he proved me wrong, or that was that. I want to keep hearing more rhetoric. When I hear a guy chasing something that, if it was your favorite fighter doing it, it'll be chasing greatness, and you downplay it and diminish it, I think you got a problem with the fight. Like, you get me? Certain shit just shouldn't be negative. Like, how do y'all find a problem with everything? It go from give Kid Austin an opportunity, giving him an opportunity to, oh, you was gonna fight Kid Austin. It's like, bro, what the fuck now? I'm starting to hear it again. Fight him again. Speaking of him, who got a wrist injury, I'm gonna play a video from him too. I'm gonna play a video from his.
But he was the replacement too. That's the other part that gets lost in translation.
Yeah.
Kid Austin was the replacement. Initially, February 22nd, that was supposed to be Peta. Peta wasn't supposed to be on that ring card in Queens. That was supposed to be Zepeda February 22nd. He pulled out for whatever injury that he said he had to heal up from. Did the Tevin Farmer rematch and then fought Shakur next. So it went from Zepeda to Kid Austin to shout out to my dog Josh Pally. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That man is a quality fighter. That man is a quality fighter. I looked at his last two fights, and the one that preceded the Shakur fight, Mark Chamberlain was supposed to be that guy coming up out of the UK at 135. Pally put a halt to that. Fought Shakur on short notice, came up short. Then what he do? Went in there with a 13-0 guy, stopped him, and then was just in there in that last fight, handled business, got another dub. So quality guy, man.
Out there getting fights and shit, winning. Josh Padley. Shout out to the former electrician. You know what I'm saying?
He was Jordan Smith. Low key. I thought he gave a really good account of himself in that Shakur fight, man. Like Shakur did work to that body, man. He did work to that body. It gave me shades of the Felix Caraballo fight. That Felix Caraballo fight. And then that's another thing that I like to say. Say, oh, what's gonna happen with his hands? They're not gonna hold up. His hands were fucked up in the Pally fight. He thugged it out. His hands was messed up in the damn Felix Caraballo fight, and that was close to 6 years ago. That was 2019. He thugged it out, got a stoppage. So We don't know what the hell we be talking about. We don't be going back and reviewing. We just be talking.
Mhm.
I know I like this guy more than I like that guy, so I gotta just discredit this guy because I like the other guy more. And it would be a lot healthier if we were to just say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to have your favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to have your favorites.
It
really
really
is,
is.
people.
Shout out to JB and Pat, who's doing some crappy things in Shakur fight. Yeah, he can fight. I missed the breakdown with Ron, who told the skulls about JoJo. Nah, is it a video? I'll shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland, man. Always supporting the grind in a huge way for that good old school heavyweight fight last night. 2 game fighters respected both. Yeah, we was talking about that a bit earlier, man. They gave us a real good old fashioned heavyweight scrap, and it almost went to the end. A little bit of controversy depending on how you seen it, but it didn't overshadow the fight because nobody complaining. Right, it's something that I wouldn't mind watching the game, but I wouldn't mind seeing him if he get a shot at Usyk, go for it, because that's gonna be a tough ass fight for him. Usyk ain't for no play. Usyk is not for play.
Usyk is phenomenal, but it would be just ironic as hell if Fabio Wardley, the dude with no amateur background, white collar fights, learning on the job, was the one to be able to get the job done versus Usyk. And then you got all of these other guys who are decorated, former champions, former Olympians, gold medalists, and so on and so forth. And they can't figure out a way to muster up a dub against the guy. Then the guy with no experience just comes through and he's like Snoop Dogg. He just kicked the buildings over. That shit would be insane, bro.
That should be fucking wild. You're right.
Life is like that sometimes, though.
Mm-hmm.
And even if that were to occur that way, it wouldn't even necessarily mean that Fabio Wardley is better than Usyk. And that's the thing that's so tricky about boxing. The better guy doesn't always win. You could have more skills than somebody, but it only takes one lapse.
Yeah.
It takes one lapse, one moment where you lack concentration or you get switched off, and then boom. It's volatile like that.
Baby girl said you need your boy Keyshawn back in the ring. He coming. He coming. He'll be back. He'll be back. I like hearing him speak positively, so that's always a good sign.
I need Keyshawn back in the ring because I've been enjoying his improvement, man. I really have.
Right.
He's been doing a phenomenal job. That Pedraza fight, I know people say, "Oh, Pedraza, he getting old. He came back down to 135. He ain't fought there in a little while." But the way that he handled that dude, and Pedraza, I got to give Pedraza all the credit in the world for going through playing A, B, and C. The man was orthodox, southpaw, tried to fight him from the outside, inside. Like, he tried everything he could. But every attempt Keyshawn had an answer for. I was like, yo, that young man is putting in work. He's well schooled. He's been doing his studies, been applying the things that he's been learning.
Right.
He was just, I was like, yo, he looked like a vet. Phenomenal. Mike Kirkland, I can understand why you feel that. Aggie Cabriel, I call him supersize Amir Khan. But that dude is serious, bro. Especially that body attack. I mean, we all see what it is. Makhmudov was undefeated. He was looking like a damn monster. He looked like he ate people, man. He looked like a damn boogeyman. He looked like some shit that you read about in your children's fairy tales. He looks serious, bro. Your man broke him down to the body. Frank Sanchez, he did him the same way. I understand he had the little compression sleeve on his knee. CB, cut it out. My dog wilding out. He broke his ass down to the body too. And then Zilly Zhang hit him with some shit. That big bang. He got up off the deck. Oh yeah, shout out to Zilly Zhang. That's Jersey's finest right there. I think he lives out where he live out, Passaic or something like that. I know Zilly Zhang live out in Jersey, but or New Brunswick, something like that. But he caught Cabiel with some serious heat. Cabiel hit the deck, got up, stopped him to the body too. it's becoming a trend with this dude. It's almost expected. It's like death, taxes, and Caballero is going to stop somebody to the body. The guy's body attack is ridiculous. So I could see him breaking Wardley down, but by the same token, Wardley is getting to the point where it's like, yo, you got to almost expect that he going to pull a rabbit out the hat, because we seen this guy outboxed, outskilled, but it seems like he's never outwilled. He going to find a damn way. So that's a tricky fight with anybody, bro. Tricky fight. I agree with that, J Bean. I thought his footwork was really, really good versus Urslanbek Makhmudov. That's when I first paid attention to his footwork. I was like, okay, I like the way that he moved on in the beginning of the fight. He made dude pursue him, and he was very elusive on the back foot. And then when he found that route to the body, then he just went to the well until he got the job done, got the dub. But he definitely has good footwork, very mobile, very agile. And if there is a route to beat Usyk, it is the body. You go back even to his amateur days. Remember, he got dropped to the body by Arthur Peterviev in the amateurs with a body shot, and then there was the controversial shot, whether it was low or if it was borderline versus Daniel Dubois. He milked the situation, which is what a veteran is supposed to do, but he got hit to the body, you know. Same Al Booger, because
UK Wilder is funny. Shout out to Al Booger. That's my guy.
They've been calling him Al Booger. They've been calling him the Ipswich, because that's the section of the UK that he's from. He's from Ipswich, so they've been calling him Ipswich Wilder. That's actually his new nickname. But the one thing I will say about Fabio Wardley, and this is no shade to the Bronze Bomber, because anybody who could hop up off of a damn Budweiser truck and win a bronze medal en route to winning a WBC title and defending it how many times? Like 10 times or something like that. Man, that's some movie shit right there. I was watching Kurt Warner, American Underdog, where they talked about how he was working at a supermarket. He get the call, he goes up there to the Green Bay Packers, eventually finds his way to the Rams. Now this dude is in the Hall of Fame, and this guy was undrafted. And Deontay Wilder's story is similar. But the one thing about Wardley, and this is no disrespect to Wilder, it seems like Wardley isn't just satisfied with knocking guys out. You're seeing a gradual improvement with him on a fight-to-fight basis. Me personally, selfishly, one thing that I would like to see him improve defensively, I think he's done a great job now of evading big shots. He began his head off the line. I like the way that he rolls the shoulder, comes back with the right hand and all that good stuff. But I would love to see him, opposed to defending jabs by pulling, just get that backhand up. You're already fighting with the low lead and you fighting in somewhat of a shoulder roll. Use your backhand to deflect jabs. Because right now his main jab defense is just to pull.
Right.
So, bro, get that backhand up, deflect jabs. If I was his coach, I would have him watching the old school boxers, the George Bentons of the world, the James Tonys, Tim Witherspoon, guys like that. Because you see, he's looking to counter. Yo, in the 10th round, that shot that he hit with Joseph Parker with around 20-second mark, that little pull counter, like he pulled from the jab and countered underneath the jab with the right uppercut. I said, yo, this dude got good boxing IQ. He's pretty sharp. He just got to get the other part down, man. Get that backhand up and deflect some of them jabs. Now you cooking with grease. Because he certainly has a knack for counterpunching. Right. That shot that he caught Justice Huey with, and he was getting outboxed in that Justice Huey fight. But if you look at when he threw his right hand, they both threw right hand simultaneously. He got his head off the line. Justice Huey didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a natural a knack or an inclination for counterpunching. He just got to work on the defensive part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not a horrible defender from an IQ standpoint, but just mechanically. You know, again, get that backhand up instead of just pulling. If you watch him defend jabs, it's straight pulling.
When he get hit, it froze up. He'd be like dare to be hit sometimes. You hear what I'm saying?
You got to reset.
You know, he offensive minded the way he is. So Sometimes that it tends to lead to defensive lapses. You want to be the guy getting yours off. Don't forget, some shit gonna come back at you.
But I'll say this: in that Parker fight, he did a good job for the most part of evading big shots. He did get caught with a couple jabs, but to your point, and this is what I was speaking to, as far as jab defense, you get hit with a firm jab, you got to reset. If you're looking to be aggressive, you're looking to be assertive, and you're looking for a counterpunch. So I think if he could minimize some of that. Oh, another guy that I would say, if I'm Ben Davison, I have his ass watching Ken Norton. Ken Norton was phenomenal with that too. That's how he beat Muhammad Ali. It was just defending the jab, picking it off with the backhand, and being able to stay in position.
Right.
There was one right hand that he evaded where he pivoted out and he was behind Joseph Parker. I was like, nah, he got it. He just don't know he got it. He's one of them guys where he's just a natural talent. But they got to just work out the rough edges, because you see some guys that are more seasoned, more polished, that got the pedigree at heavyweight that don't even make them type of maneuvers. To slip on the outside of a damn a right hand, exit out, strong side, pivot out, and end up behind the guy.
Different.
Yeah, man. Fabio is talented, bro. He's a talented guy.
He is. The guy that just gradually, I love when somebody is able to show you how talented they are while gradually getting better from fight to fight in a realistic way, like making progressions from fight to fight. You see that shit rather than somebody being I guess praised real big, a whole lot real early, and then they get what I'm saying, they end up not panning out exactly how, you know what I'm saying? Shit just a little crazy.
1000%. And I believe that part of that is sometimes guys can over marinate. They could just cook for so long. Like, from my understanding, David Morrell, I think he's developed some habits. I wouldn't necessarily say bad, but just some habits, some tendencies that don't necessarily translate to the pros. Because as an amateur, he's had like over 150 amateur fights. And there's certain things that you can do and you can get away with in an amateur fight that as a professional, it's damn near a no-no. Because now it's not about just scoring points. It's about all of the little crafty things. Lomachenko learned real quick, the hard way. We seen this guy who was 299-1 as an amateur getting roughed the fuck up in his second fight versus a guy in Salido who had double-digit losses. But guess what? With that pro experience, it came an understanding of how to fight on the inside, how to be a little bit dirty in spots, hitting guys on the hip, hitting guys on the side where the ref can't see. Because Lomachenko was getting hit with some low blows in there. But if the ref is on the left side, you best believe this guy, Salido, who's a damn 40-fight veteran, he gonna be hitting you with some low blows where the ref can't see. You got to figure it out. And I will say after that fight, you could see the growth and the maturation from Vasily Lomachenko, where when he was getting on the inside, he got a lot more rough. And it got to the point where you had Devin Haney even call Lomachenko a dirty fighter. Oh, he liked to hit off the break and so on and so forth. Yeah, but he had to learn that shit the hard way in his second fight, in which he got his first L. Because what's the name was in there doing some dirty boxing, dirty but crafty. B-Hop, Andre Ward type tactics. So you got to learn those things. And I think that sometimes when they have too much pedigree, when they're in the amateurs too long, they don't necessarily transition to the pros. They don't learn about the dirty boxing. They don't turn their shots over correctly. I believe that's the reason why a guy like Andy Cruz went down to Philadelphia to train to learn how to fight with Bozy Ennis, and we seen him transitioning as a pro. I love me some Robinson Casasio, but the man can't throw a damn right hand to save his life. But by the same token, he's an Olympic gold medalist. He's still slapping with his right hand, though, because he was in the amateurs for so damn long. Never learned how to turn it over properly. You know what I mean? So you got to learn these things as a professional, the nuances, the subtleties between being a pro and being an amateur. How to pace yourself. How to finish. Even finishing is a skill in itself. We look at these fighters and we say they're finishing. We just say, oh, this guy has the killer instinct. Yeah, that's part of it. But also knowing how to not smother yourself and giving yourself the proper space to be able to finish, that's a skill in and of itself. Knowing how to push the pace at a certain moment and force the referee's hands. That is a skill in and of itself. Like that finish last night from Fabio Wardley. Yeah, everything is not landing clean, but if you're putting this guy in a position where he's not holding on, he's not taking a knee, even that is a skill in and of itself. Survival. You seen a guy like Karen Chukajan in that rematch with Boots. What was that? 7th round? When shit got hairy and it looked like he was about to get sent to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. What'd he do? He took a knee. Oh no, I'm gonna take that knee. I'm gonna take that 8 count. We see my man Inoue. He's another dude where we seen him get dropped twice in his last 4 fights. What'd he do? He stayed down, took the knee, allowed the cobwebs to clear out before he got up and continued on. He ain't just pop back up there. Now, conversely, in the past, we seen a guy like Zab Judah get hit by Costa Zoo. What'd he do? He tried to hop right back up. Do the damn chicken dance. Now he's stumbling all around the damn ring and it gets waved off. So these things, man, you know, that these are the things that come with experience. And I think that's what Fabio Wardley is picking up on the job. He's getting on the job experience. Like, yo, I got this guy in a seemingly defensive state. I'm gonna push the pace on his ass. I ain't even gonna allow him to get shit off. And like you were saying, Just, the body language just don't look good when you get hit with a shot and you walk yourself to the ropes.
Yeah. I always assume a fighter is hurt or fatigued or both. And you start doing that. Because I'm like, that's your last line of defense. You using that as almost like a crutch. Let me put my back against these ropes. And I'm like, that's never a good sign. Because it's not an ideal position to be in. And for a puncher, you were sitting up. So yeah, it just wasn't the best move from him to do.
Not a good move at all.
That early.
And then you gotta fast forward to the second round where it got dicey and he didn't clinch, he didn't take a knee. What'd he do? He just spit the gum shield out.
Yeah.
He spit it out voluntarily.
Yeah, he was just taking too many shots, in my opinion, for my liking.
Just way too much. Way too much.
Right.
Is it the only person who talks more about Shakur than TT Sco?
TT Sco is crazy.
That stopped me in my tracks right there. Oh my God, TT Sco.
He on Bill City right now talking.
That man Reef is scandalous.
I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. I was gonna get into it, but I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna save it for tomorrow because we're going different thumbnail, different conversation. Talk about Sco and him, falling out of the fight. He said his wrist, sprained wrist or a wrist injury, something. I'm like, man, this dude got bad luck. Stay injured, little muscle man.
Right. It just it doesn't look well. And then to me, just reflecting on those moments we've seen where they've talked about how they did this, that, and the third, and sparring, and the footage come out, then you see him, and it's not looking, it's not looking too kosher.
I'm starting to wonder, man. Like, cause one thing I hate to see, if you injured, man, and you just doing interviews looking like everything good, bro. Like, I expect to see some I don't know. I gotta go watch some of that because they stay over there in Middle City. But god damn, it's like, dude, you right in the interview, just chopping it up like everything good. It's like, is it time for you to go up or what? I mean, I keep hearing this little funny stuff, injury this, injury that. I'm like, man, go your ass up. Shout out to CJ. Man. But it's been a cool conversation, a little calm convo.
Then they laying them up in the emergency room, wherever the hell he was at, with the gospel music playing and all
with the
this.
Caribbean prayer music, with the iPhone 17 charger plugs hooked up to him. I was thinking that too, Al Book. I was trying not to say it, but I was like, man, it seemed like that shit your pops be on, all that weird energy, and then little stuff keep happening to you. He portray one thing, then he start talking all this weird stuff, then he a gangster one day, then he tough, then he abusive on camera. Like, it's just, you don't know what you getting with that dude. And it's like, you're not the main show, man. You overshadowing your son. I seen him in the last interview I had watched it. Dude was completing his sentences for him. I was like, dude, nah, that's definitely no, bro. Like, he a grown man. You completing his sentences is crazy. Like, bro, they asked him the question and you just staring him in his face, feeling. I'm like, bro, this gotta be weird, bro. It's like, damn, is it? I blink twice if you're a hostage, bro. Like, what the hell, man? This man be looking at you like, you better not say nothing crazy.
I mean, on one hand, as a parent, I can understand wanting to see your child succeed and looking to put them in the best position possible. And maybe senior feels like this is the course that he's got to take. Keep his name buzzing, keep him, air quotes, relevant or in the eye of the public. But by the same token, it was extremely telling after that Tevin Farmer fight that there's just way too much pressure on this young man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what he should have been, right? But that was a whole lot of emotion.
Right.
That he let out after that fight. And he talked about how people were saying this about him on social media and all of the blowback from the Shakur fallout. But a lot of that, it could be placed squarely on the shoulders of his dad.
Yeah.
Because your dad is talking all this shit like how he's supposed to be doing X, Y, Z to this one and that one. And then he ain't gonna dare take that fight. And then he take the fight and y'all pull out the fight.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you making yourself and him look crazy, bro. Like,
super crazy. And then on top of that, there's the other bullshit, the domestic situation. The senior, I hope he's genuinely past that. In my heart of heart, you know what I mean? I feel like people can move on from things.
Right.
And I'm hoping that's the case for his sake, the young lady involved, and for his son too.
Right.
That's a whole lot. And like Al Booker was saying, that's a lot of just negative energy.
Yeah, it is.
And you can feel that shit when you're in a tense situation and it feels like it's just hovering over. Like, when you watch the cartoons and it's sunny everywhere, but the main character's in a funk and you got the cloud just following this nigga and it's raining on him. It probably feels like that.
Yeah, I'm telling
you. For Schofield Jr., where, you get this big opportunity fighting Shakur Stevenson, for one. You had an opportunity to become a WBC champion. I think Shakur would have whooped his ass, but either way, you still got to fight the fights. So nothing is a sure thing, even though it's like 95-5 in my mind that Shakur would have just whooped his ass. But there was still an opportunity there. That's for one. Then you're on Riyadh season. If you perform well there, then you could potentially get another callback for another big opportunity. Now your name is definitely buzzing. Could you imagine the shit that they would have been able to talk? Even if they didn't win, if they would have had a Lamont Roach-esque situation where you get a draw, you get a close decision or a split decision, even if you just fight valiantly and you give Shakur a damn good fight, you're in a whole nother stratosphere. But instead, you got to pivot to rumors and not even just rumors, just salacious rumors of massage creams, poisonings, passports being not even whole passports. Motherfuckers break into your crib and take one page out the passport. You just coming up with just craziness. It's just bad, bro. So you had this grand opportunity to put yourself in a whole nother stratosphere, and then you just fumble the rock.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you got JoJo Diaz, who, hell, by my estimation, this JoJo Diaz fight is even better than it would have been several months ago, considering the performance that he just had against Regis Prograis. Hell, a lot of people, myself included, I felt JoJo Diaz won. I didn't think that was a draw. And there's no shade to the Rougarou. Love me some Regis Prograis. But JoJo Diaz had that man on skates several times throughout the fight. Was landing the cleaner, more effective shots. So JoJo's looking like he got some life in him. So if you go out there, you had a damn rough fight against Jaron, you bounce back, you got a first round knockout over Tevin Farmer, who just went 24 rounds with William Zepeda, who just put up a solid effort versus Shakur Stevenson. You wiped this guy out there, you know what I'm saying, within 45 seconds or whatever it was. Crazy shit. Now you got JoJo Diaz, who just had a damn good performance versus Regis. Now you pulling out with a wrist injury or whatever the hell is going on.
Right. Now your wrist hurt.
Now your wrist hurt.
Now your wrist hurt, man.
Oh, it's just rough, bro. And to make matters worse with the Shakur situation, nigga, you supposed to be on your deathbed. The next day you in the gym lifting weights. Like, what the hell is going on?
I was like, nah.
It's looking shaky.
Nothing. Shit just don't look right. And y'all not doing yourself no favors.
None.
Think you looking dedicated, and really, reality, you look like you just lied. And we still don't know what was wrong with him to this day. All we did was know the lies. That's all we did.
Damon,
you know what I'm saying?
You can't believe you. You need more people. You're supposed to be laid up with whatever type of illness. You got the British Board of Boxing. These guys corroborating your story, but like you said, Jess, we don't know what the hell was wrong with you, but we do know within 24 hours or 48, however many it was, this nigga's doing pistol squats and hammer curls. And I'm like, what the hell? It's like, yo, the grind don't stop. Like, we thought you was sick.
Yeah. Your dad said you was about to be out of there. Like, come on, man.
And that he was poisoned by somebody. Sent by Shakur Stevenson. Shakur sent somebody to poison my son. Come on now. Next thing we know, he in there lifting weights. And then now this with the wrist. It's like, so it's one of two things, or maybe a combination of both.
Right.
Either y'all are stringing us along and us being the public, or y'all just got bad luck.
Right.
It's got to be one or two. Y'all either stringing us along, or y'all got bad luck.
I thought it was bad luck. And then it got to a point where it just got wild. I was like, yeah. Nobody got the kind of luck that y'all got unless you creating this shit at this point. Coming up with shit.
If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck. They out here Eddie Mush from a Bronx tale. And I hope, and I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that things turn around for Junior, because he's one of those guys where it's like every time I hear him speak, I can't help but like the young man. He seems very sincere. I appreciate him. I liked what I heard after the Tevin Farmer fight, but it is kind of concerning. And I don't even want him to fire his dad or excommunicate his dad or be estranged from him.
Right.
I hope that situation works out.
Crash and burn together, damn it. Nah, I'm just playing.
No, not crash and burn, but I'm hoping that maybe that the young man could some way, somehow elevate his dad. Because it seems like these guys be having just way too much going on. And by these guys, I'm referring to the dads. Like, these guys are PR agents. These guys are managers. These guys are coaches and dads simultaneously. So maybe you need somebody else to handle the promotional side of things so you don't have to resort to these extreme ass measures and in the process do damage to your brand, because that's all these guys are doing at this point. You don't want to be associated with capping lying, hoodwinking, bamboozling. You don't want to be associated with none of those things. When you speak on behalf of your son, your client, your boxer, your charge, us, the public, we should be able to take what you guys are saying in confidence and say, you know what? These guys are saying and doing the right things, and not like, yo, this guy is capping again. This guy is lying again. And then now you got motherfuckers cataloging everything that you said. All of the inconsistencies, all of the discrepancies. We should be able to believe what you're saying in confidence, but these guys are making it extremely, extremely difficult, yo. They're making it extremely difficult.
JP changed the pick. Out of the ghetto fab. What it do, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all boys for pulling up on this pop-up Sunday, man. I had to pop up today, man, a little bit.
He said bad luck. Harold Melvin voice. I got a Harold Melvin record right here, too. Shout out to the rest of the Blue Notes.
But the bad luck, I wouldn't hand that.
And I want to say this before we get up out of here, Justin. I know I hear you eating in the background. I need to go do the same thing. But shout out to Bomac. Shout out to Bernie the boxer.
Right.
Man, you got to get somebody in your life that's going to hold you down the way they hold Bud down.
I'm telling you.
There will be no slander. You know what I mean? No denigration. No scrutiny. Not on their watch. These guys are going to let you know about Terrence Bud Crawford. And understandably so, and rightfully so, man, because he's one of those guys where it's getting to the point. I ain't going to say it's getting to the point. It's already gotten to that damn point. It doesn't matter what that man does. There's going to be an asterisk next to it. There's going to be some type of questioning about the legitimacy of it. Folks can't just say, hey, man, good job. And like I said several weeks ago, you ain't got to be cheering all loud. You ain't got to be clapping your hands like a proud parent at a football game. Give him the damn Tim Duncan fist pump, the Tiger Woods fist pump, and just do one of these. Just one of those. And just keep it pushing.
Little head nod, little salute, something. Like, you know
head nod.
Shout out to Emmanuel. Love when
one of those
come up here and bring up the property value, man.
One of those, bro. You ain't got to become a fan.
You know
Hell,
what I'm saying?
I still ain't a damn Bud Crawford fan because he whooped my guy Gamboa's ass. I love me some Yuriokis Gamboa. When he whooped Gamboa's ass, I was hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was bittersweet. Because on one hand, the bitter part is this. Because like I said, man, I remember watching Gamboa when he was fighting Jorge Solis and Rogers Mtagwa and guys like that.
Beating ass.
The cyclone of Guantanamo. Love Yuri Gamboa. But when Bud was whooping his ass, I said, damn, it hurts to see him get his ass whooped like this. But if that ain't the sweet science, if I'd have never seen it. The way he walked Gamboa into that uppercut, I think it was like a lead uppercut, left hook combination. When it got waved off. That was, oh my God. I feel the same way about J-Rock. Love me some J-Rock. J-Rock could lose his next 100 fights. I'm still going to be a fan of Julian Williams.
I am. I promise you I am.
That fucking catch and shoot uppercut from Jamal Charlo. To this day, I do not like Jamal Charlo because he did that shit to Julius Williams.
Oh, man.
To Julian Williams. But that had to be one of the cleanest counter uppercuts I've seen in the last 10 years, bro.
It was.
My man's knees just short circuited. Them shits just gave out, turned into gelatin.
Bro. I was like,
I said, he was boxing well up until that point. You couldn't tell me J-Rock wasn't about to box his way to a damn UD or a split decision, maybe an MD. I thought he was going to pull it off. And Paulo said, he pulled that shit out of his back pocket.
He did. My boy, my boy. That was the only time I bet against or I picked against Charlo. I ain't gonna lie.
That shit had me in shambles.
I seen that uppercut. I was like, dang. No, it ain't. I know it ain't gonna be right after this.
Like Lauryn Hill said, when it hurts so bad, why does it feel so good? Bruh, that was me when that shit happened to J-Rock. That was me when it happened to Uriokas Gamboa. Because when Gamboa, when he buzzed him, I was talking shit. Yeah, nigga, he about to. Ooh. Then Bud turned that shit around real quick. I was like,
yeah. Shout out to Dan and peace, Brody.
The EJ fight. The EJ fight. Listen, man. Errol Spence, he is a fellow Jamaican. You don't get more Jamaican than your name being Errol. Errol is the most Jamaican. Errol, Trevor, those are Winston. Those some Jamaican ass names. I got a cousin named Trevor. Yo, my uncle's name was Willisley.
Damn.
Bruh, I grew up drinking sorrel, eating ackee and saltfish, hard-o bread, boiled banana, escovitch fish, drinking peanut punch. So I fucks with me some Errol Spence. Yo, when my man, the Axeman, Nicholas Walters, when he got cooked by fucking Lomachenko, that shit broke my heart.
Yeah, I hated that. I was mad. Oh my God. I was aggravated watching that.
I was depressed. So when I seen Errol Spence smoking on Bud, then my man Just Do calling the fight, he had the dread wig on with the roster shit. You couldn't tell me he was about to smoke on Bud.
Second, got that just for the fight. It came in time and everything. I was like, yeah, we about to,
bruh. Just
go to Jamaica.
I do not miss no KB. Flip the script. Just Do. We going through all the nicknames. I do not miss no Just Do lives. I watch these shits from beginning to end. And if the link is there, I'm gonna come up here like I'm up here now.
You already know. Legacy remains. What it
you was calling the fight when EJ got dropped in the second round. Bro, I closed my laptop. I didn't even finish listening to the rest of the live. That was the only live where I clicked out early. I did not finish the rest of the live. I closed my MacBook. I even turned my TV off like I was having a nightmare, like it was a bad dream. I couldn't believe my fucking eyes. I'm like, I remember when EJ got rocked by Emmanuel Larte in that fight when he fought Emmanuel Larte.
I remember that shit.
He got caught clean. He was on his feet. Then you fast forward to the damn Cal Brook fight. He was getting hit with some shit in the Cal Brook fight.
Yeah, he got hit with some good shots.
He was up on his feet. He was getting hit with some clean shit in the damn Sean Porter fight. Stayed on his feet. When I seen my dog get dropped by a damn 2-1, I said, Errol Spence got dropped by a jab. I said, this nigga Bud on some different shit, bro. He was some other shit. So to this day, I'm still like, I'm not a fan of Bud, but the guy is so fucking good. I gotta respect him. He's so good. I gotta respect him. I gotta respect it. I can't even be like, oh, that wasn't Errol Spence, because if that wasn't Errol Spence, who the hell was that had my man Danny Garcia shit sitting on dubs after the car accident?
Nah, real shit.
Who the hell was that had my man Yordenis Ugas, both eyes swollen, ribs broken? Who the hell was that?
You know what I mean? People about to ready to cry for him and shit. Eye bleeding for how many hours they said?
My man EJ said he didn't know if his partials got knocked out. He was looking for his teeth in the ring.
Yo, for real.
Versus Yordenis Ugas, and he thugged that shit out. He thugged it out and beat Earth, Wind, and Fire out that man. And then you know what solidified it for me? When I seen Boxing Gems, shout out to Boxing Gems, Yordenis Ugas issued the statement that wasn't the same Errol Spence that fought me.
Right.
My man Boxing Gems did side-by-side comparisons of the Yordenis Ugas fight and the Bud Crawford fight. And then when I also heard my man Errol Spence say, no, I ain't gonna be the same guy from the car accident, but I'm a lot better than these bum ass niggas. Even after the car accident, it takes a different type of guy to be able to do what he did to Errol Spence.
Absolute facts.
And his performance was so spectacular. He had me rewatching it reluctantly. It hurt me to see the shit, but by the same time, it was bittersweet. It hurt to see it, but by the same token, when I'm seeing this dude implementing these tactics that we haven't seen since Ali versus Norton, catching the jab with the backhand, firing his own jab simultaneously. I said, no, this nigga on some different shit, bro. When he did that shit, when he walked him into that damn uppercut in the 7th round and dropped him. And then when I heard him talk about it on the Joe Rogan podcast, when he said, I knew he was going to catch me with the shot, but I knew I had to take one to give one.
Right.
Nah, I said, this dude a different type of dog, man. Then when I heard him say that I'm asking my team, should I come out and press him or should I box? And then he just made that decision on the fly that he was going to box. Coming out with the fish net after my man EJ said, what? You can't catch Moby Dick with no fucking fishing pole. And he came out with the net on his shorts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He took away his jab, came over top of his shit. Then the way he ate one of the big shots that was supposed to be a big shot from Earl. I was like, oh man, this shit.
It hurt, but it feels so good at the same time. It's one of those things where you know what it's like for me? For my people out there that work out, you understand what I'm talking about. It's like when you got one of them strenuous ass workouts in the gym, and that shit break you down and you feel sore as fuck, but then you lay up in that Epsom salt bath or you take a hot shower. It feels good to be sore sometimes. When you can lay down, you like, ooh, I earned this. I earned that meal. I earned that hot shower. I earned this. Bruh. There you go. My son just took a hot shower. Emmanuel, I had to reconcile this in my mind. Like, yo, if my man is, remember in Juice when what Tupac said in that scene with the dude, hell, mom, on the top of the world. If you gonna go out, that's how you go out.
Yeah, that's how you go out. Yeah,
that's how. If you're gonna get your ass whooped, if my favorite fighter at the time, Gamboa, if you're gonna get your ass whooped, that's how you go out. You don't go out at the hands of some dude you supposed to beat.
Right.
No disrespect to Bruno Saras, but you don't go out to no damn Bruno Saras. You go out to a damn Bud Crawford. If you on one hand, I'm criticizing the man because I need him to take a tune up. Bro, you've been out the ring. What the fuck is you doing? You need to tune up.
Right. You do.
But by the same token, it would have hurt me if I would have seen my dog get beat by a dude like Josecito Lopez. No disrespect to Riverside Rocky. But Keith Thurman, shit, it got dicey in the 7th round versus Josecito Lopez. Josecito hit him with that body shot. Made my man his gum shield out. He had to get on his bite. If I would have seen Errol Spence getting beat from pillar to post by Josecito Lopez, that shit would have broke my heart. But to see him go out there to a dude who was already undisputed at 40, now he's undisputed at 47, then he take his ass up 2 weight classes to 168 and whoop Canelo's ass, hey, ain't no shame in that for me.
Right.
Ain't no shame in that, man.
Telling you,
I hope JoJo get a replacement, Teach. But yeah, man, that dude, Terrence Crawford, I'm not a fan, but I respect that man. Oh my God, that guy is phenomenal. You can't take nothing from that man. That man does what he's supposed to do each and every time. We can't move no damn goalposts. And here's the other part of it too. How many guys have we seen reach the pinnacle of the sport or even scale their way up the mountain and lose focus? It's difficult as hell to stay disciplined as long as this man has stayed disciplined. I don't give a damn who you are. Success is difficult to sustain for one reason or another. Whether it be losing focus, whether it be breaking down physically, mentally, whether it be getting caught up in the hype. Hell, I think it might be a good thing that the flowers have been delayed for Bud Crawford up to this point, because he's still feeling like, damn, I became undisputed at 40, and that still ain't enough. Hell, he was a champion at 35 I'm a champion at 40. It still ain't enough. I'm a champion at 47. It still ain't enough. I become undisputed at 47. It still ain't enough. I go up to 54. I win a championship. It still ain't enough.
Right.
With these other guys, they become a champion and they start partying, bullshitting, slacking off. You know what I mean? Now you got all these loose ends that's not being tied up.
Right.
T's not being crossed no more. I's not being dotted no more. Like Errol Spence, man. He's a prime example of it. And he said as much himself. He's had that one regret. And he would tell any athlete, stay away from the drinking, stay away from the partying. Errol Spence Jr., and this is my personal belief. I've stated this before. But I believe that these names that these fighters choose, oftentimes they are mantles and they represent what these guys are about. Give me a second, Milesy. They represent what these guys are about. If you're a guy like Errol Spence, you become the truth. Why? Because you were the dude who was voted the hardest worker on the Olympic team.
Yeah. Right. They picked him to go the furthest, right?
Bruh, think about how hard you gotta be of a worker. Think about how hard you gotta work to be voted the hardest worker amongst a bunch of other guys who work hard as fuck. You gotta be a hard worker to become an Olympian. Because for one, you gotta be decorated as an amateur. Then two, you gotta go through Olympic trials and qualifiers and so on and so forth just to make it to the Olympics. You gotta be a hard worker. So if a bunch of other hard workers are saying, nah, we work hard, but that guy works hard, man. One of the things I respect about Shakur Stevenson is not just the work that he puts in, but you hear the way that his contemporaries sing his praises.
Right.
You see a guy like Richards and Hitchens. I never seen Richards and Hitchens out of shape. But when you hear Richards and Hitchens say about Shakur Stevenson, like, damn, nigga, what the fuck you doing with yourself? Like, take a break. Like, you in the gym too much. Like, chill out. Right. When you hear coaches say, man, we got to pull this guy back because he's working too damn hard.
Yeah. He done did some of his best work on his day off.
You feel me? So then when I look at a guy like EJ, that's what makes you the truth. When you're working with a guy like Blue Ray and you got 11 straight stoppages, and you see your strength and conditioning, the warm-up is 1,500 push-ups. Bruh, you got a lot of us as grown-ass men that haven't done 1,500 push-ups in the last 5 years total, combined. This man was doing 1,500 push-ups in a single warm-up. That ain't the whole workout. That is the warm-up. And then you wondering why this guy got a damn 8-pack and he's cut up and he got muscles popping up out of the place and people are accusing this man of being on something. You working super duper hard. That's what makes you the truth. But then when you start partying and bullshitting and doing all these other things, you're getting away from what made you the truth. You're getting away from that. You're getting away from that. You know what I'm saying? So it's very easy. It is very easy. Ask Adrian Broner, damn 4-division champion. This motherfucker's going out on tour with Lil Wayne and drinking and doing so on and so forth. Zab Judah, undisputed champion. I live out here in New York. We would always hear stories about Zab hanging out in Brownsville, shooting dice and hanging out in clubs and doing all this other shit. So for Bud to be as accomplished as he is and still be that locked in, like, bro, that's a just insane level of focus. And I can't help but respect that. You know what I mean? Like, I myself, I've never been that locked into anything ever in life. So how the hell can I look at this man who's doing it, who is true and living? Shout out to the gods and the earths out there. This man is true and living. You feel me?
Gods and goddesses.
Yup. The gods and the earths.
The earths, you know.
This dude is true and living.
Right. Y'all hit that like button, double tap the screen if y'all haven't for this Sunday build, man. I just popped up, talk a little bit of boxing, man. You know, it was a good heavyweight scrap, good solid card too, man. Some good fights on that card. And good action, man. And now Schofield is off. Damn sure gonna talk about that. He lost his title on scales more than he had title defenses. Yeah, that is crazy. That's definitely crazy. Lack of discipline with Broner ass. You know it. You know it. I love to see the dude winning in any facet of life. Love to see Broner up. From what you understand, when he up, he help other people, man. I'ma always respect that shit.
Man, Dub, I had no idea. That is beyond weird. Lost the title on the scales more than he's had title defenses.
Yeah, it's wild.
And that right there, to me, it's two-sided, right? Like on one hand, you could say, damn, this dude is talented as hell. That he could just slack off like that, lose his title on the scale, get it back.
Right.
The guy is just immensely talented. But just imagine if he would have had just a one-track mind, man, and just stayed locked in.
Discipline and the people that I think he just needed a more strict setting, man. But it's hard to stop a grown man from being a grown man. So, yeah, man.
That is true. I was reading the other day something about Ray Arcel and Freddie Brown, who worked with Roberto Duran, and apparently they were the only two that were able to rein him in. Like his original coaches that he had down there in Panama, like they taught him some things, but those guys couldn't control him. Like he was gonna party whenever he wanted to, he was gonna eat whenever he wanted to, and just run wild. But Ray Arcel and Freddie Brown, they just weren't having it. Like, bro, you're gonna lock the hell in. And according to according to Roberto Duran, you know, he said himself in a quote, you know, Ray Arcel only had to give him the look. He ain't even have to talk to him. He would just have to shoot him a look, and it's almost like a father and a son. He falling in line. That look means, hey, straighten up, bro. Tighten up. Get your shit together. And it's important to have those people around you, especially if you're somebody where you're not a self-starter or you can't, you know, muster up the discipline yourself, to have some sort of accountability coach.
Right.
Stuff like that goes a very, very, very long way. You know, one of the things that we think about when it comes to coaching is generally just like the X's and O's and the technical aspect, but that's the other part of coaching too, is being somewhat of a therapist to some degree, and almost like a guardian, a caretaker, knowing what the guy is and isn't sensitive to, how to motivate him, how to keep him in line, keep his eye on the prize. So it's a shame, you know, with AB, but it's even a shame that I'm saying it's a shame because the guy's, was he 4-time champion or was it 4 division? I can't remember the exact stat. And to even think that he could potentially have done more, that's insane in and of itself. Like that the guy is that accomplished and we still feel like he left something on the table.
Crazy.
But folks, I'm about to watch this damn Knick game. It's the second half. See my man Jalen Brunson pulling up from the mid-range, driving and thriving, willing and dealing.
Too. Virgil Hunter and Andre Ward relationship worked out so well. Virgil was a probation officer. Right.
Yeah.
That was a dope duo too, for sure, man.
So much so he became Andre Ward's godfather, you know?
Gotta love it, man. Shout out to Ann McQueen. Appreciate him, man. My guy. Shout out to everybody that came through, pulled up. I appreciate y'all, man. Always a good conversation. Dope build. Double tap the screen on the way out. Sub to the channel if you're new. And I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the guys in the super chat and cash out. Much love. Appreciate everybody. Enjoy the rest of this Sunday. Watch out some football. Eat y'all some good food. And we'll be back at it tomorrow to build on this boxing like we always do, y'all. Know what it is. So with that, man, much love and peace to the fam. We out.
Representing Brick City, Shakur. Finding those levels too. Look at that 4-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meets him with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're gonna give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.